Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the PUDcast with Jason and Mike. I'm Jason.
And I'm Mike.
And we're coming to you from the Pud Cave, located here in Game Swap in beautiful downtown Lincoln in the great state of North Carolina. Mikey, brother, what is going on?
What's up, brother?
Brother, just hanging in there, man. You know, the Christmas season has come and gone, and we are 2 days away from a brand new year, brother, 2019.
And it's hard to wrap my head around the fact that 2018 is gone.
Dude.
It's about no more.
It has gone by in a flash.
So quick.
Dude, this year, obviously we're a year older, you know.
Yeah.
And, I just wonder, man, if it's one of those things as you get older, time just, tends to speed up. And, man, I got to say, this year.
Well, let's see. Let's just wait till January and February.
Kind of see where we're at with it.
Yeah, because those are notoriously the longest months of the whole year.
Brother, I'm telling you what, because it's wintertime, my least favorite. Let me just go ahead and put it out here, man. I love the Christmas season. Christmas is my favorite holiday, but winter by not even close is my least favorite season.
Absolutely
man.
hate it.
I hate it, man. I'm too old for this shit, bro. I just kind of a little throwback from last week's episode. I'm too old for this shit.
I know why people move down to Florida now.
Yeah, to bitch about the South.
Yeah, yeah.
That pisses me off, Mike. Let me just get on a little bit of a rant about that. If you're a fucking Yankee, and I mean that with all, a lot of my best friends are Yankees, man. I don't discriminate against Yankees. I mean, they can't help it.
Jason Finger in P.O. Box.
Hey, man, I don't discriminate against anybody for the regional handicaps, okay? So, but here's my thing, man. If you're going to move down here to the South to enjoy our good food, our great music, our pretty women, our beautiful weather, then don't bitch about it, man. We ain't perfect, goddamn it, man. We know that shit, but goddamn, you ain't gotta, be assholes about it. Or take your ass back to goddamn New York City or wherever the fuck you're from.
New York City.
New York City. Hey, man, speaking of foreign places, we got to give a shout out to the one and only, all the way from Puddingham, England, our trusty manservant.
Manservant?
Oops. We weren't supposed to tell you that.
Oh, yeah, by the way, Sir Ian Pudsworth, you've been promoted, brother. Congratulations.
Yay!
How you doing today, P-Dub? How you doing,
Good.
brother?
Very good.
Good, man. Did you have a good Christmas, brother?
Yes.
Are you drunk?
Are you drunk yet?
Kind of wish I was.
Well, brother, ain't but one way to get
Tomorrow
there.
will be.
Oh, man. But, yeah, brother, how about you, Mike? You guys have a good Christmas this year, man.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
man.
Everything, just flew by. It's hard for me to believe, really, now that we're, a week out from Christmas.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Everything just flew by.
Say, man, the new year is knocking on the door. 2019, man, will be here, like I said, just in a couple days, Man, once again, brother, this year has flown by, but a lot of good things, maybe it's not some great things. I started off the year in the hospital. That was definitely a little bit of a bummer. But, hey, man, within this year, I got to start working on something that has just grown into something, man, that I truly, truly love. And that is playing my guitar at home. No, man, it's the PUDcast.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the PUDcast.
There you go.
Man, it was. I
Yeah.
mean, and hey, bro, that's something else we should bring up. This is 6 months.
6 months, man. That's
Yeah,
hard
it
to
is.
believe, too.
Wow.
It is, man. It's
It
gone
really
by
is.
quick.
Yeah. And it feels like we started yesterday.
It really does.
It sounds like we started yesterday.
Sounds like we ain't started yet.
Yeah. But it feels like we've been doing it forever now.
It really does. It's just one of those
It's
things.
so weird.
Like, I think since, we both just really took to this thing and, we actually have people that like us and listen to us,
Yeah.
Which we appreciate that, man, beyond words. We can't even tell you
Hopefully
how much.
we inform you or make you laugh.
That's the thing, man. When somebody tells me that, hey, man, I love listening to you guys crack me up. Dude, I can't think of a better compliment than that.
I know. It's like, really?
It's surreal,
What?
man. Well, my first question
Because I know I laugh at myself all the
yeah,
time.
well, I mean, I'm freaking hilarious,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. I just don't know anybody else finds me
well,
at
me
all
and you,
humorous. Well, let me tell you, and going on that, let me tell you a quick story right quick. And, it kind of ties in with, Christmas and the holidays and retail. We both work. If you don't know, Ian Pudsworth works with me here at Game Swap.
Right. When he's not being our trusty man, sir.
Right.
In his spare time.
Yeah, clean up your toilet trees.
I call it work.
Take away your whores.
Work.
Jason calls it work.
Work in quotes.
Yeah. But no. So
I do tend to fuck with Ian a little bit, don't I, man, on that.
Oh, yeah.
Just a little bit.
Now, anybody knows me. I hate answering the phone.
Yes.
I hate dealing with anybody on the phone. I just do.
Especially with some of the brain surgeons you
Because,
get up
I mean,
here.
Oh,
there's a level of... I'm not trying to put myself out here too much on this.
Yeah, you gotta be cool, man.
I gotta try to be cool with this.
That's
But
your
it
business.
seems like the intelligent level is cut in half when you're on a phone. And that's what pretty much anything.
That's
I think.
yeah, man. I agree with you. I agree with you on that.
And it may be just me because I hate it so much. Okay. So this kid calls the other day. You don't know about this one. I've been saving it.
I
this
thought
one.
someone was doing.
No, I've been saving.
Drama pants.
I've been saving it for this show.
Oh man.
Okay. So he calls and he's asking questions. The kid's probably in high school.
Right.
So he's asking us questions like, what do I do with this system? What the hell's going on with it? I'm like, all right, calm down.
It's not the end of the world.
I know you like to use big people language, but let's calm it down a little bit.
Take it down a notch.
Take it down a notch. And he's like, okay, my system, my 360 system, every time I turn it on, the light on the power button turns red.
Okay.
And if you're not familiar with this, it's called the red ring of death.
Okay, I've heard of that. I don't have a 360, but I have heard of that.
Yeah.
Right.
And it means your system is fucked, for
It's
for
a
lack of a
paperweight.
better word.
A
But
paperweight.
it can be fixed.
Okay.
It can be fixed.
Right.
But
It's a lot to it.
it's a problem.
Not with
Right,
towels, by
That's a
any
problem.
chance.
No, that bullshit don't fucking
That's
work.
dumb.
But I tell him this. I was like, what you have is what's referred to as the red ring of death.
Right.
And this kid comes back to me in all seriousness. I thought he was. It took me a minute just to process this. So there was a lot of silence on the phone.
Right.
But this kid comes back to me. It's like, am I going to die?
Motherfucker. You're shitting me. Dude,
I said, what? It's like, am I going to die because
he was
of
for
this?
real. He was for real. Like, he was
for real.
Like,
He was
not
for real.
fucking with
And
you.
it took me what felt like an entire minute of silence just to process this.
I would have liked.
At which
You should have
point,
told him, yeah.
At which point, I asked to talk to his parents.
Right on at that point, man.
I was like,
Yeah.
Mike, you're such a better person than me because I might have been like, you know what, man,
I wouldn't say that.
you probably
'Cause the
will.
thing
Yes,
is-
yes.
No, 'cause the way I am on the phone,
It would really be Mike Payne P.O. Box.
yeah. No, I can be a certain way on the phone.
Right.
But off that phone, I let loose. And
Yeah,
it's
sure.
just like,
Sure.
no, I'm not the better person. I'm a better person at that moment.
In that particular situation.
But
for
after that phone hangs up, I'm not the person.
What was the
I'm not the humanitarian. I'm not the I'm
Oh,
not the
God.
good guy. I'm not. No, because
Dude.
I absolutely hate the phone, and it scares me. And I'm not that old guy that says the youth is the.
No,
but-
right. I'm with
But
you on
that
that. yeah.
scares me.
Well, and
This kid.
really thinks he's going to die because his Xbox ain't working. What, did the parents get on the phone? Did they?
You got the manager or the manager
No,
works?
no, they didn't. I just had to explain to him.
You're going to live.
Look. Oh my God, it was a process.
Brother, you've told me some stories about some. What was the one you told me the other week, Mike, about the person calling, wanting to know if you sold video games? What was that? You told me one,
That's
man.
common for him to get.
Yeah,
that.
I was going to say it's probably something you hear all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, GameSwap, y'all sell video games? Yeah. Oh, motherfucker.
Even through the door, they'll come out. You got a 360 games. I'm like,
God damn, man.
Well, it's like getting the call. I mean, it's always something like that. Getting the call on the phone.
Well, I know I've been
GameSwap.
here.
You guys open?
Nah, motherfucker.
Nah.
No, I'm just answering the phone at 11 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
on a Wednesday for the fuck out of it,
Hey, GameSwap. Is this GameSwap?
Dude,
Yes.
That's the one you were telling me
Yes.
about. It's
Yes,
like,
in fact, it is.
It's like, nah, motherfucker, I'm lying to you.
Yeah,
No,
it
man,
is.
you're gonna have
It
to
really is.
guess.
Y'all up on the court square, right?
Now I can dig that question. Now I can dig.
He already
that.
knew the answer. He already knew
He
the
already
answer.
knew it. He
Y'all
already
are
knew
up on the court square, right?
Well, hell, he wouldn't have known. He was, yeah. Now, like I said, man, I'll give a little bit of. Okay, you want to know for sure. Make sure he's not calling the other game swap in town. I can get that, but are y'all open? Y'all sell video games?
Oh my God.
And bro, I've been in here and I've seen some of your customers. Now, first of all, let's put it out there, man. If any customers are listening, we're not talking about y'all. I mean, really, man.
Yeah, this ain't about y'all.
No, man. We're just talking about those stragglers that come in that try to sell
It's
like
retail, though. Yeah. Well, yeah. Oh, I know where you're going with this
yeah,
one.
with the meth heads
Okay.
coming in trying to sell
Right,
their jewelry and
yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
Or records.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, goddamn. I think we talked about this on one of our early episodes. The guy trying to sell the foot massager.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
What's
yeah.
that called? The foot tub.
Yeah. I know what you're saying, man.
What
Yeah.
Gapson sold in. I can't remember what they're called.
Yeah, they bubble up and,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything. Yeah, right. Now, was this the guy on the
Had it on
moped?
the scooter. Yeah,
Yeah,
had it
yeah.
on the scooter. Parked scooter straight right in front of the window on the sidewalk.
Jesus Christ, man. Like I said, bro, I've been in here and seen some of these people come in and out. Like I say, man, a majority of your customers,
Oh,
cool,
yeah, super
great,
cool.
man. You
I
know,
love
good
customers.
people. Oh, man. It's just these scraggling motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, you get some of
Dude, you'll catch a contact buzz off some of these
the.
people.
Oh Jesus!
The other
God.
day, I was like, if you could come in and start smelling like that, put Febreze on before you come in here.
Or
because
bring
you're
enough
not
to share.
Dude,
I mean,
yeah. Yeah.
But now, see, I'm talking about.
Poach it.
Now, see, I wasn't really talking about the weed smokers. I'm talking more about like the meth heads.
Yeah,
that come
oh,
in
yeah.
here,
Oh, God, it's
the
like
crackheads that
potent.
come in here.
Oh, God.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude.
Potent.
And you can just tell how much can I get for these
Yeah.
20 video games. You know, it's like,
Or they'll come in
Jesus,
with like
man, I
a
just want to.
bread and peanut butter and a knife.
Well, you
You've
already
seen
know
that
what's
before.
going on when you see the meth freckles and
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah, and the lack of teeth.
like, oh shit.
Like, oh, here
when you got more freckles and teeth, man.
Yeah.
Here comes the
oh,
scratchy. It's
shit,
great.
Here we go.
But yeah, man. You, I swear, brother. I know I've told you this, man. Ever since you've been in this business, brother, I know you get some characters up here.
Oh, for sure.
You know. But yeah, brother. You know.
And speaking of characters,
All right.
do you want to speak on characters?
Oh,
Oh,
I was waiting on you, motherfucker.
No, serious. That's one of the shows that I'm excited about that's coming up.
Yes,
you know,
sir, man. Yes.
For
yes.
next year.
2019, man. We got a lot going on.
A lot.
A lot going on, man. You know, we had a lot going on this year. You know, and you know, Mike. One thing I want to touch on, brother. Something that just dropped this week was that holiday special we put out.
Tremendous.
Bro, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, I think I said it on the special. I'm gonna say it again. That project, as of to right now, man, it's probably one of my most proudest things I've done,
Yeah.
brother. You know, not since we did the wrestling thing, you know, way back when have I been so creatively fulfilled with something. You know, love the PUDcast, man. I love doing it every week, but that was something different, man, because I had to dig deep into that shit.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know?
yeah.
And then by bringing everybody in to put their 2 cents in and to have their views and their memories, I don't know, man. I was really happy with it, and it's got some pretty good feedback. You know,
Well,
I've heard some good stuff.
Well, I tell you, since we started, I feel like that for every episode.
Right on.
You
right
know,
on,
that's
right
like, wow, that was our best
Best
one
one
yet.
yet. Yeah,
best
yeah,
one yet.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
we'll top that. It's like, God, that's our best one yet. That's my favorite now. You know.
And then it just builds up,
Yeah.
man. Dude, I can say that for sure, man. It seems like every podcast we do, and I've liked them all. Well, man, maybe we'll talk a little bit about those first few, Ed. You know,
Okay.
I definitely want to bring
Yeah,
those
yeah.
up. You know, because I actually went back here a while back because I forget what the situation was, Mike. Maybe it was a snowstorm, but it seems like we were afraid we may have to miss a show. I can't remember what was going on.
Yeah.
So I went back and I was like, well, let me look into a clip show. Actually, it was longer than that, man, because I hadn't started on the holiday thing yet.
Okay.
But
yeah.
anyway, man, I went back just to listen to those first few shows, and I'm like, Jesus, man, not only, and I'm not trying to brag here, and I'm not trying to put us over too much, but man, our quality not only changed, but just the attitude about it, because, you know, I think one of the
leaps
first,
and bounds.
oh, man, I swear, Mike, I think the first thing I said in the very first episode was like, well, I don't give a shit if people listen or not. you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
And I didn't.
Yeah.
At that time.
Yeah.
And, you know, man, we started
It
getting a
was
few.
so new.
It was new.
to us. You know.
It was
It's
a
like,
hobby.
Well, you know.
Who gives? Ain't nobody gonna listen anyway.
Yeah.
That was my whole thing. I'm like, nobody's gonna listen.
Right.
Man. Me and you.
Yeah.
know,
It'll be
I
funny
mean,
for us.
It'll be funny for us. I figured dogs might check it out here or there, you know. But I was like, man, we may get 3 or 4. honest to God, then we started getting views. We started getting a little bit of feedback. And I was like, damn, dude, I want to take pride in this thing now. Because, you know, at first I did take pride in it, but not like now. You know, I didn't give a
Right.
shit if the production was, you know, we didn't have any intro music. We didn't have any outro sound clips. You know, we didn't have any kind of, you know, midway break points or anything. Hell, man, the thing fucked up a few times.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah. We had issues.
Oh, we had a few technical issues, man. Not only here in the studio, but even at home in post production.
Yeah.
I ran across, you know, some issues here and there. But dude, I just think coming from that first few episodes to now in 6 months, hey brother, I'm proud of what we've done. Mike.
Well, I tell you what, you know, and I've thought this from the beginning, and I've always thought this, but I've never said it until now. This show wouldn't happen without you.
Well, man, I mean, it couldn't happen without us.
Well, that's
how I
true,
look
but
at
it wouldn't be there. And I'm looking at, you know, YouTube right now. It wouldn't be there for everybody to hear without you.
Well, I appreciate it, man. And it's, you know, man, the thing was, you know, I think we have talked about this a little bit in the past, but let's just go ahead and talk about how the
Could you leave the room, Pudsworth, while we
Well,
like,
we're gonna
make
blow
make
each
out?
other.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. So unless you want to pivot,
if-
hell, hey, you are the manservant. Maybe
There
you
you
should,
go.
you know,
You
'cause
clean
I-
up.
Yeah,
You got
you
napkins too?
clean up,
Clean up.
clean up on out there.
Yeah.
You want a Kleenex for that, or do I need a towel?
I need a whole box of
Yeah,
Kleenex.
yeah.
But
Ugh.
no, that's gross, man. Okay, all right, we're gonna stop that
So
shit.
you less than that.
But
So,
But anyway, man, you know, Mike, the thing about the podcast is, I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. I had, you know, not had any creative. I consider myself to be creative, man. Whether or not that creativity is good or not is a matter of opinion. But I like to do creative shit.
yeah.
You know, back in the wrestling days, the music days, obviously. How me and you met was through music, you know, bands. Well, man, I got into a band, you know, first time I've been in anything since pro wrestling, and man, it really opened up those creative juices.
Yeah.
There was only one problem with being in the band. I was in a fucking band.
Right. Right.
If anybody out there has ever been in a band, you know what I
Yeah.
mean. If you haven't,
Yeah.
making music with people is great. It is fulfilling. It is, man, I can't put into words. When you get that jam just right,
Yeah.
when you get everybody locked in, you sync up,
Yeah.
you know, mentally with these people. But Jesus Christ, man, getting everybody on the same page
Yeah.
can be a
Yeah.
pain in the ass. I mean, man, I reconnected with some great people. Jeremy Begay, a friend of mine from high school,
Right.
man, you know, I miss Jeremy. In fact, Jeremy, I don't know if you listen or not, but if you are, brother, I'm getting by there ASAP. But, you know, man, the band kind of fell out like
Right.
bands tend to do. You know, so I'm sitting around the house, you know, like, goddamn bored, a little down, you know, it's like, fuck, you know, I don't know what to do. Watching Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still a Joe Rogan fan. I don't watch him as much. And he just made a statement. He's like, hey, you know, if you have some friends and y'all like to trip with each other and make each other laugh, he's like, just do a podcast. Just do it. You know, you never know. I was like, well, fuck it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was it, man.
Yeah.
And then, you know, me and you were talking a little
Right.
bit, and Paul Jones had passed away fairly recently. And, you know, you were like, well, hell, that's how we ought to kick it off.
Well, you know, I
And
had
there
thought
it is.
about, you know, it entered my mind in and out for years. I was like, oh man, I'd love to do one.
Right.
Sit down and do one. I don't know. You know, I don't know how it's gonna go, how it works, blah blah blah.
There's some steps, man.
Yeah, for sure.
There's some steps to it.
And find, you know, do you do it by yourself? You do it with somebody else? Who the hell would you do it with? And then I remember the conversations we had about, like, Jimmy Valiant, Paul Jones.
The
and
what
how-
ifs.
The what ifs.
Yeah.
And how underappreciated.
Yeah.
And even
Today.
they got hate.
Yeah, man, people hate on that fucking feud, man.
Yeah.
To this day, I still see people on Facebook on certain groups who still dog out
Yeah.
those guys.
And that was really the jump point for us to say, hey, you know, we want to put our thoughts out on this and kind of, you know, show people, hey, this was really,
the good shit.
yeah, it was good shit.
And at least putting out once again, man, you know, we were like, well, 5 people will watch, but you know what? Who gives a shit, man? Our voice will be put out there.
Yeah.
And man, if the podcast does nothing else, then God damn it, we are going to make a stand for this feud being
Yeah.
one of, if not the greatest feud. And that's Boogie Woogie Man and Paul Jones.
Yes.
You know, and the podcast just kind of took off, man. Well, you know, when I first had the thought of even doing a podcast, and I got some old equipment, that's something else
Yeah.
being in the music scene, I had all this equipment just laying around that was not being used.
Yeah.
Like the Gobbletron device that we're using
Right.
now, man. Dude, that son of a bitch has so much dust on it. I was like, well, shit, I can use this,
Yeah.
maybe get
Yeah.
my money's worth out of it finally. Man, but me and a friend of mine, actually, and somebody actually been here in the Pud Cave. We had a little falling out, man. We didn't speak for a little while. $2 David Hayes.
Yeah.
I'll just go and put it out there, man. I got fucked up drunk at one of his parties. Believe it or not, Mike, my obnoxious ass showed, my obnoxious ass had a little bit of heat. a little bit of heat. But as good friends do, man, the heat dissipates. You always come back around.
Yeah.
And me and Dogs actually were going to have lunch and hadn't seen each other in almost 2 years. And I just thought about this. I brought it up to him. I'm like, hey, man, have you ever thought about doing a podcast?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it. He's like, dude, funny you mention it, and he was talking about this as a work,
Right.
And he had the artwork, and he's like, dude, I'm doing this. Like, oh, shit, man. I said, I'm thinking about trying to do it myself,
Yeah.
And we were just talking a little bit about it. And then, I swung by here like a day or two later.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, Mike, you ever thought about doing a podcast? And you're like, dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I was like, for real?
Yeah.
Man, it's almost like one of those situations like where, like there's a guy and a girl, or two guys, two girls, whatever you're into, that like each other.
Yeah.
And they don't know that the other one likes the other one.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Do
Not to try to make it.
Do you want to get those tissues ready?
Yeah, go ahead and get them back out. Buzzword.
Here's your whole roll.
Buzzword just gave us the whole roll.
There's that mop too.
Yeah. But it was like that, man. I was like, oh shit, I didn't know you'd be into it, man. And well, there it is, and that was pretty much how it came about, man. And it
Yeah.
went from just two guys talking shit about wrestling.
Wrestling, yeah,
that-
that was the thing. It was like, okay, what do we start out with? Are we going to talk wrestling all the time?
Right,
'Cause,
right, right.
We could,
Oh, bro, we absolutely could, and
or do we want to open it up to a lot of different shit?
which I think which obviously that's what we've done.
Yeah.
We've branched out, and I think it's a good thing, man.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
we're more than just wrestling
Yeah.
guys. I mean, granted, that is the top thing
That is our number one.
that was our thing,
Yeah.
man. Music being right there too, movies obviously. And I was like, hell yeah, man, let's just do a little bit of everything. And then we started bringing people in.
Yeah,
That to me,
that was always fun.
that went, man, and I'm so glad Wayne Sis, shout out to Wayne Sis.
Yeah,
And little slight spoiler alert, you're going to hear more from Wayne
Yeah.
in 2019. So I'm going to say,
Absolutely.
we
Yep.
don't know when, we don't know, all that details, but you haven't heard the last of Wayne Sisk in the Pud Caves, I'm going to say. But man, when Wayne come in, bro, to me, that was when I was like, oh shit, Mike, we're doing the right thing here, because I
Yeah.
love listening
Yeah.
to us talk. I love our back and forth. I love the podcast. But bro, when we brought Wayne in, I'm like, oh shit.
oh yeah,
I can almost listen to it as a fan.
it's a level.
It's another level,
Yeah.
man. And bro, I mean, if we're going to speak about guests, then we got to talk about the Reverend, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh,
Oh,
almighty.
The most
How was
controversial,
that?
dude.
That was
Mind-boggling,
yes.
mind-blowing, man.
Yeah.
And this is not a dig at anybody else we've ever had in the Pud Cave, but man, the Reverend's got to be the smartest guy that's ever been in.
Man,
here,
I'm
bro.
telling you what, that just took a whole nother level of just
Just fuck.
seriousness, and just shoo, here you go, here you are.
And the thing I love about the Reverend Doctor, man, is he puts it out there, bro.
Yeah.
He don't, well,
Yeah.
and man, we're not going to get into politics and stuff on this show, obviously, which is a great rule I think we followed
Yeah.
and have followed. But one thing I
We'll
love,
take digs here and there,
yeah,
but
I mean, hell, man, I mean, you got to take a
Not
little,
gonna-
shot here and there,
Yeah.
But the Reverend brother, he's across the board, man.
Oh,
He's not a team, quote unquote, team player as far as the political teams go. And he just puts it out there, man.
Yeah.
What I loved about the Reverend and his message is like, don't take my word for it. Here it is, man. Here's the information. Find it yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of the Reverend, Mike, let's talk a little bit about what we had planned. And, Mike, I'm gonna go and put it out there, man. I've had some bad news these past couple weeks, man.
Yeah.
The Finger family's taking a little bit of a blow, man. Let's just put it like that. It's funny, Mike. You can be riding down the highway, man. Beautiful sunny day. 2019's right ahead. You about to get off on that exit, man. The sun's out. Birds are singing your favorite Van Halen songs on the radio, man. You're jamming, and then, God damn it, bam, hard left, bro.
Yeah.
Detour. Unfortunately, me and my family had to take a little detour. We were planning on the Reverend Doctor's own show that
Yes.
we were going to produce.
Yes.
we actually have the first pilot episode in the bag.
Yes.
We've been holding on to it to see kind of how everything's going to pan out. Unfortunately, right now, man, I do have to take a step back.
Right.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully, good news will come in the next couple of days. That's what. And you know, ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there, do keep me and my family in your prayers.
Yes.
I don't want to put a lot out there. We're private people, but we could use prayers. And
Yeah.
if you have some to give, man, we would greatly appreciate it. But as of now, the show that we were going to introduce with the Reverend Doctor, the good news with the Reverend Doctor, has got to be put on hiatus for now.
Yeah.
However, we will be debuting that pilot episode January the 1st.
Absolutely.
So you will be able to hear
Yeah.
the first one. And once again, the Reverend will be back in this Pud Cave.
Yes.
And because after y'all hear this one, and man, it's really
yeah.
cool, Mike.
If you like the one with Ben on there, Reverend Doctor, if you like that episode, you're gonna love this.
Because, man, the only thing about the Reverend, man, is he goes so far over my head. In fact, that's why I'm taking a step back, even when we do get this good news going.
Right.
Mike's going to be the co-host. I'm going to be producing this thing.
Yeah.
Just because Ben goes so far over my head, man, he'll say some stuff. Even during that last
Oh,
episode, I'm like, what, man?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot of stuff. I'm learning.
Right.
You know, as
Right.
we're going along, I'm learning a lot of this stuff.
Right. And it kind of sucks, man, given the situation. Well, it sucks for a lot of reasons, man. But, you know, as far as the good news goes, because, you know, and I'm still excited about doing the show. This
Yeah.
show will happen. It's just not going to happen as quickly as we were
Right.
hoping, man. Maybe not as frequently. We were hoping for a once-a-month show. It may have to be less than that. But, you know, the one thing I really liked about it, how we were all kind of going under assumed names, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know
Oh,
why,
yeah.
man, but, you know, because a
That's awesome.
lot of what the Reverend talks about is very controversial.
Yeah.
And, man, we are in a day and age now to where you do got to kind of be careful what you say. A lot of people get easily offended.
Yeah.
People can lose their jobs and shit
Yeah.
nowadays. So, you
Well,
know,
if we haven't offended anybody yet, a lot of the shit that we say.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
hey, man, yeah, you're right. But then again, you know,
But this is taking on a whole different level
this
of
is a
just like,
different thing, man.
okay, this is a little more serious.
Very, very much so, man.
Yeah.
Very. Because, like I said, and we are going to debut that episode. Like I said, hopefully on January the 1st will be the debut of the good news.
Yes.
It won't be monthly as of now.
Right.
But hopefully as we move on.
But this is a
down the
start.
line. This is a start, man.
Start to something new.
Yes.
Beginning to something that's gonna be pretty awesome.
Oh, when y'all hear this thing, like I say, if that's your thing, man,
Right,
some people
right.
don't like the conspiracy theory. Some people don't like getting into that stuff.
Yeah.
Then don't listen.
Yeah.
But if you like the first episode with the Reverend Doctor,
Yeah.
you're going to love this pilot episode we got coming up. And, brother, that one went up the charts. Like, we use YouTube views as our rating system.
Right.
So, okay, let me get my train of thought. Man, I got a little reverse here. That episode, as of right now, is the second most viewed,
Yes.
other than our first episode.
Right.
And that first episode took a long time.
Oh yeah.
Which really
Yeah.
sucks, man, because I hate the thought of somebody's like, hey, I want to check out the podcast. And I hear that very first episode, like, man, this shit sucks. Because, man, we got like close to 190 views on that first one.
Right.
The second one, we got 54. Part 2. So it kind of took a little bit of a
Yeah.
dive.
It's strange
It took a dive.
because it was the same views as the third.
Yeah, right. But
But I always attributed it as well to people just don't give that feud
enough credit.
enough
man.
credit.
See, I think it's our quality, to be honest with you, man. Because that first episode, the mic was all fucked up.
See, I'm more pessimistic.
I'm looking at it half empty, bro.
Because look, and this hurts me. On this one, you know, episode 8, the Crockett Years '84,
That one-
lowest viewed one,
Dude.
and that one
That was your
they
baby,
shit.
man.
They shit because everybody shits
Shits
on
that year.
'84,
They shit on that year, man.
and there was nothing wrong with the quality on that.
No,
episode.
the quality sounded good, man.
Exactly.
Because we were really
Yeah.
starting to kind of come in our own as far as production, mic work.
Yeah.
You know, Mike, it's a trip, brother. Because the very first episode, we did it out in the main part of Game Swap.
Yes.
With a little rinky-dink microphone.
Yeah.
One mic.
Yeah.
No boom stands, nothing like that. And now we actually have a little studio going on.
Yeah.
So just that alone, man, is just taking it to another level.
I know.
And, you know, Mike, you know, we talk about having people in the studio. Bro, what about that Chris Baker episode
Holy
that
crap,
nobody
dude.
fucking listened to?
Oh my God!
Speaking
what?
of that, it hasn't broke 40 yet. I don't believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's incredible.
And I'm like,
I just don't. I don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are out there listening and you've not heard the Chris Baker episode, I forget which episode it was, Mike. It was about let's look it up. It was episode 21.
Yeah.
It was episode 21, Rock and Roll Radio, featuring Chris Reno Baker. Y'all need to go back and listen to this thing, dude. It was great. Chris Baker is a DJ, man. He's up in Pittsburgh. He has met famous people. He's met rock stars. Brother, he's done it all, man.
Yeah.
He started out right here in North Carolina, right here at Gaston College. Check it out. You know, man, somebody else we had in the studio that we got to really bring up was the First in Fright Paranormal team, bro.
Hey, yeah, that was great.
That was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
That was fun, man. That was one of those episodes where, you know, we could kind of step out of the hosting role
Yeah.
and just kind of let Ron go with it.
Yeah, oh yeah. And again, learned a lot of stuff from that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Another well received episode.
Yeah.
You know, we had the Fellowship of the Ring in here, dude. You know, the
dude,
MWF
yeah.
guys.
Oh my God, that was chaos.
Dude,
Pure chaos.
pure chaos, but it was hilarious, man.
Yeah, those
Well,
guys
one of
are
my
great.
favorite. And I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and go on the record, man. When we first booked them, I'm like, I don't know,
Yeah.
because I knew it was gonna be like herding cats.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it was.
It was.
And it was absolutely
Yeah.
like that. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh God, man, is this going to translate well? Or, you know,
But
man,
cat videos were funny.
brother, they're
And this one
hilarious.
was too.
This one was great,
Yeah.
man. It was a 10 out of 10. And obviously, man, we had David Hayes. We talked about David a little bit ago, Two Dogs, down at Long Walk Productions, you know, with This Is a Work. Bro,
That's always like, you know, anytime we all get together,
it's ridiculous,
Yeah.
man. And it's in the
Funny.
best way. What
Yeah.
was so funny about that episode, man, it was very low watched, very low views that first week. And I was actually going to start a campaign to make it the lowest viewed
Right.
episode. I was
Yeah.
actually wanting to push that 84 episodes. Like, hey, man, let's make $2 the least watched video.
Yeah.
But, man, saying something the week before, it doubled in a week, bro. He's
know.
over 50 now, man. I think
know.
he's actually pushing 60
Yeah.
views by now.
Yeah. Because we're always trying to rib each other in some way or another. You know?
Because I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, man, he's tied for lowest views. Well, fuck, let's make him the lowest viewed. You know, just
Yeah.
But it backfired, and man, it went up. It doubled in a week.
Yeah.
You know, our
Incredible.
subscriber numbers
Yes.
have went up, man. I mean, we're at 66 now. Damn, dude,
Yeah.
you remember we couldn't break 30?
I know,
Hell, we couldn't
right?
break 10.
Yeah.
We were like,
I
oh
know.
shit, I got 10 fucking subscribers, man. We coming up.
Woohoo. You know?
You know, really, man.
But still not that 100 we were hoping for at the end of the year.
But we will get it in 2019.
Yes.
Now that, man, I'm
Yeah.
predicting right here, right now, we will get that 100 subscribers in 2019. And you know, Mike, let's go ahead and talk about last week's episode since we're talking about guests and everybody that's been in the Pud Cave. Because, man, we had 2 guests last week.
Yes.
You know, we had not only Dawn Adams,
Yes.
who owns her own photography company,
Yes.
who does tremendous
work.
I mean, really, man, you know, there's a few photography companies out there, in my opinion, and I know, man, we're friends and everything, so I'm a little biased, but, dude, she's my favorite. I
Yeah.
mean, by far, man. The work she does is unsurpassed. I would even go as far as to say it's the best out there. you
I
know?
would say, I mean, because I look at a lot of people's stuff, and you know, I have 2 locally that I just really love. Demarius Pearson.
Right.
I love his work. Because it's, you know, old man talking about edgy stuff, but yeah.
Right.
It's edgy. It's out there. It's in your face. I love that shit. Right. And Dawn, man, Dawn just takes, I don't know. There's something.
She has a
There's
style.
it is. It's
Yeah.
a style, and it's a darker style,
Yeah.
but without being.
It's dark, but it has warmth.
Yeah.
That's the only way I
Yeah.
can describe it, man. A warm darkness, but there's warmth to it. It's a weird kind of phrasing, but it's the only thing that
Oh, yeah.
really does it justice. And that doesn't even really do it justice then. But it's the closest thing
No.
I can express in words to put over her work, man.
Well, she took a picture in here just on her cell phone,
Right.
of all of us in here
Yeah.
in the studio. I was like, holy crap! You
Yeah.
know, that was like, whoa.
Dude, I know,
Okay.
man. I mean, just on a cell phone.
Just on a cell phone.
Yeah, man. Just a selfie. It was a selfie with
Yeah.
us in it, man. And tremendous work.
It's like, oh, I gotta use that for like
Or
cover.
promotion.
Yeah, a cover photo.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
man. And you know, we also had Chris Eisenberg in the house.
Dude.
You know,
God, that was a lot of fun.
the man with many names, you
Yep.
know, just like the devil himself. You know, I
Yep.
do that on purpose. You know, that's for
Yep.
you, Chris. But yeah, man, you know, he was in here too, and we had a great show last week. You know, if you missed last
That's
week's
right.
show, get on it. And obviously the holiday special once again. You know, even though Chris and Josh weren't actually in the studio with us,
They were here in
they were
spirit.
here in spirit, man. They were
Yeah.
here in spirit. And but yeah, Brand, that's just some of the people we've had in the Pud Cave, and
2019, I mean, it's gonna be even bigger,
even more,
even better.
You know, we've already got some shows booked. We've already got some people booked. You know,
Yeah.
we're not putting it out there. You know, we don't like
Nope.
to put too many spoilers out there. But it may, in other words, if you've liked what we did in 2018, you're going to love what we did or what we're going to do in 2019.
Yeah.
You know, Mike, something else we did in 2018 that I, once again, man, take a lot of pride in was we introduced music to the show.
Yeah.
You know, I can't bring up the music without bringing up WTAU, Wake Their Asses Up,
Right.
P Rich Nation,
Yep.
with Papa Jack, a.k.a. Mike Sherrill.
Yep.
Man, one of my favorite things is going and listening to his show as I do some of this production work. You know, I'll do some of the artwork, or, you know, I'm just maybe pedaling around, you know, doing some stuff I'll put on his show. And everything he plays is great, but there's certain songs that just kind of
Get you.
hit me, man.
Yeah.
You know, because the podcast, we have a certain vibe here. Don't get me wrong, man. Mike plays some heavy, crazy, heavy shit that is wonderful music, man, but it just doesn't fit the podcast.
Right.
It's a little
Yeah.
too serious, you know. Great stuff, man. Progressive, man, he's got some progressive bands on there. So if you're into independent acts, real radio, this is real radio, man. WTAU is what radio was meant to be, and it is real radio. You have to listen to it online, but it's real radio.
Right.
Go and check it out. But you know, Mike, one of the first bands we played, or one of the first songs we played, the band was called Wrestling.
Yes.
The name of the song was WrestleMania 6. So how the fuck can we not play it here on the podcast, man?
Exactly.
So, you know, Mike, since we're kind of going back and recapping a little bit, hell, you want to put it on? Let the people hear it?
Let's do it.
Let's hear it. All right, man. Once again, the name of the band is Wrestling. The name of the song is WrestleMania 6. You heard it first on WTAU, but now you're hearing it here on the podcast.
You are about to enter a world close to parts unknown. WrestleMania!
WWF WrestleMania 6 here in Toronto, 3rd of February 1990. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your White Stripe referee speaking. It's the ultimate challenge of WrestleMania number 6. The best there is, the best there was, or the best there ever will be. Prepare yourself for some serious slamming action tonight. Like a wind turbine. Like an interference. The ultimate warrior. Riding from the periphery. Gathered up and running. He can smell the blood. He can smell the blood of the enemy. It's the ultimate challenge. Here at WrestleMania 6, you will experience malfunction in your brain, and all that is left is total self-destruction. Sir, do you try to find out the reason why, or do you, sir, kick down the walls of all inhibition? These two candidates who have already made the sacrifice so that you, sir, can safely face the challenge right here, right now. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for power slamming pile drive, clotheslines and body slams, pulverizing neck breakers and combinations? Are you ready to rock, wrestling fans? It's time to make a power move for wrestling. This is the intensity of the battle you've been waiting for. This is where the blood's come out, rules
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, the name of the band, Wrestling. Name of the song, WrestleMania 6. And my brother, that's just one of a couple songs that we're going to play today. We've got 3.
Yeah.
We've introduced 3. And I tell you,
Yeah.
man, we've got some pretty good feedback with the
Dude,
song selections.
I'm telling you what, it's really good stuff.
It is.
And hopefully that's just more to come
Absolutely.
in 2019.
And Mike, just kind of to add on to that subject, man, if you guys are out there listening and you're in a band or somebody else is in a band, hell, send us something. Let us know. We'll play it. Dude,
Absolutely.
we'd love to play it.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'll say, man. The bands we've been playing, now 2 of these bands are from North Carolina.
Yes.
The band we just heard is actually from Finland.
Yes.
There's actually a pretty big power metal movement going on in
Yes,
Finland,
sir.
apparently.
I've been there
If
for
you
years.
listen, yeah, for a while now, and if you listen to WTAU, you can hear it, man, because Mike plays a lot of bands from Finland.
Yeah.
Or you can catch them on the Facebook, as Papa Jack likes to say.
right.
You can catch these guys. And one more thing I want to say: if you like the music we play, if you like wrestling, if you like, we're going to be playing the Bad Somethings here in a little while. We're going to be playing Center Lane here in a little while. If you like these songs, you like these bands, support them.
Absolutely.
Man, I mean, we're not asking you to go out here and spend a lot of money on CDs and T-shirts. We're just asking you to share the video.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Check them out. Yeah.
Check them out, man. Like them on Facebook, like them on YouTube. Once again, share the videos that we put up on our page. If you like it, share it, man. Maybe one of your friends will like them just as much as you do.
Exactly.
And then man, and it'll expand and it just balloons out. But yeah, man, I just want to put that out there. Like I said, we're going to play some more music as this show progresses. But yeah, man.
Well, speaking of wrestling, let's talk about wrestling in 2018.
Now, are you talking about like WWE wrestling, or
I'm talking about all
of
wrestling.
it? Oh,
all
wow.
wrestling.
Okay.
But the breakout,
I know where you're going
the
with
breakout
this.
show for 2018
Yep, I know where you're going with this.
was All In pay-per-view.
The first wrestling pay-per-view I've watched in its entirety. Mike, man, it may be of over 5-6 years that I've actually watched a full
That's crazy.
100% beginning to end pay-per-view and liked it. I
Loved
loved it.
Loved it.
Hell, I loved it,
Yeah.
man. What a great show,
Yeah.
brother. Now, let me ask you, Mike. Once again, as I've mentioned several times in the podcast, I don't watch current WWE product.
Right.
How would you compare it, All In, to the rest of the year of WWE?
And really, there's no comparison.
You can't even compare it.
There
can you?
isn't, because I've watched the shows.
Right.
I've watched the product. I've watched the pay-per-views.
Right.
There's no
You
comparison.
can't even put them together, can you?
There
man?
wasn't.
I tell you, bro.
Now, New Japan product is
Amazing.
is
Really?
amazing.
I haven't
Very
watched
good.
it. I have not watched it.
Is incredible.
Is there any American talents on there?
Yes,
Oh, really?
absolutely.
There's,
really?
There's Quiet. There's Dustin Rhodes. I'm sorry. Was it Cody?
Cody.
Rhodes?
Cody.
Rhodes.
Okay.
But well, he's actually Canadian. But Kenny Omega's on there.
Is it really?
Yes.
Kenny Omega's Canadian.
I thought you meant Dust or
No,
Cody.
no,
was
no,
Canadian.
yeah.
No, Cody's American.
I guess I should say the other
Young Bucks.
Okay, okay, so it's kind of
The Bucks.
some of the same people that was in All In.
right.
Okay,
Yeah,
I got you.
pretty much.
I got you.
There's a few.
Okay.
on there.
Because it was a New Japan,
Jericho's in there now.
Impact,
Okay.
and a
Ring of Honor, right.
Collaboration with that.
And what I really like about what Billy Corgan is doing with the NWA, I love how they're trying to bring back that actual original purpose of the NWA champion is to go to these different promotions to put that belt up. Now, Nick Aldis actually has the belt again.
Right.
He beat
Yeah.
Cody for the belt. And I love that. Man, have you watched any of the 10 Pound of Gold series on YouTube?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
some pretty good
Yeah.
stuff, man. I've been checking out some. I need to catch up.
Yeah.
But, man, I started watching those a few weeks ago. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Really good, innovative stuff, man. And it's really cool to see the NWA trying to
Right,
come back
yeah.
to a little bit of prominence.
Yeah.
And I love that
I'm still not sure what exactly Billy Corgan bought.
I think it's the name to be in the belt. It's on because they don't really put on any of their own promotions, do they? I mean, or their own shows. It's just like here's our.
Do you
champion.
buy the history?
I don't. I don't think you can buy the history. Well, brother, if anybody can
Apparently.
buy the history, well, Vince bought it.
Well, I mean-
Vince kind of got the lockdown on the history books,
I mean,
But damn, dude, hey, if WWE keeps on doing the way they're going to be doing, hell, they might be.
I got
in the history
magic
books.
beans. Billy, if you're interested, magic
beans.
I
Hey.
also have a 3-piece chicken dinner.
Yes, you do. Actually, we'll post a picture of that
Yeah.
online at some point. But yeah, I don't know, Mike. I mean, I think that the NWA. I think this may work for them because they really are trying to do it in more of a, I guess, an internet-based, society now.
Right.
Where, like I said, that 10 Pounds of Gold series is pretty innovative, man.
I think it's gonna be hard, especially now, in this day and time, this era. It was hard back then.
Oh, yeah.
For the
Yeah,
different
sure.
promotions, different territories to kind of come together, and
Oh, absolutely.
of course there were egos, and
That was
my
the thing,
company's
man.
better,
Right.
my guy's better. No, yeah,
Right.
it's gonna be tough.
But back then, man, they didn't have the Goliath of WWE. I
Right.
mean, WWE obviously was around and it was
Yeah.
starting to grow. But I think you made a good point with the egos.
Yeah.
Like in other words, Vern Gagne, oh hell, man, Vince can't
Right.
put me out of business. Crockett, he can't put me out of business. All these other promoters,
Mm-hmm.
Lawler, Jarrett, on down the line. Now, it's like, okay, here's the Goliath.
Yeah.
Here is a giant.
Yeah.
Here is the fucking, the unsurmountable odds to beat. I think, man, that could cause a lot of cooperation. Hell, we saw it with All In.
Right.
I mean, we really
Yeah.
did. And, brother, well, look at the end result of that show.
Yeah.
Now, is it maintainable? I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll find out in
We'll see.
2019. But I
We'll see.
do like having that NWA champion going from promotion to promotion. I like that. I hope it gains some steam. And I'd like to see the NWA actually put on some of their own shows.
Yeah.
Of an all-in type caliber.
Yes.
But other than that, man, WWE, to my knowledge, Mike, has broken the record of the least viewed shows a couple times, like just in the last couple months.
Yeah,
man.
for the Raws.
It's just dropping.
Yeah.
Now, in all honesty, we have to keep it real.
Uh-huh.
We do live in the day of DVR. We do live in the day of streaming. We do live in the days of YouTube, this and
Sure.
that. However,
Right.
who has to watch WWE programming now? I don't know of anybody, man. Even fans
Yeah.
may miss a show
Yeah.
here or there.
Yeah, exactly.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Well, I missed this show. I missed that show.
It's not must-see TV
Not
anymore.
at all, man. Not at all. Not even close. It's not water cooler talk anymore.
No.
Man, you know where you could find people back in the day on a Tuesday morning gathered together talking about what they just watched the night before.
Well,
Monday, man.
that's the case with All In.
There you go. Yeah.
That was must see, and that was
And that
water
was-
cooler talk, man.
It was.
Everybody was talking about it next day, and even after.
Still are. But now, Mike, one thing I'll say about that, I'm gonna kind of disagree with you a little bit. Yes, it was water cooler talk among the wrestling community.
Yes.
Now, man, WWE back in the day, WCW back in the day, was water cooler talk for
Everybody.
everyone.
That
Man,
was.
it was mainstream,
It was.
brother. You could see NWO shirts everywhere.
Right.
You would see Stone Cold shirts
Yeah.
everywhere.
It had
Now,
to get it started.
It did have to get
It
it
had,
started.
it had to get it started.
It did, man. And thing about WWE, in my opinion, Mike, is I know Vince McMahon and his conglomerate of businessmen and lawyers and just the corporation in general. He's not going to lose money, and I'm sure he's making more money
Right.
now because of the marketing, the
Yes.
video games, the toys, and this and that. But us old school wrestling fans, I just feel like we've been kind of hung out to dry,
Yeah.
for lack of a better term,
Yeah.
man. But it is what it is.
Right.
Hopefully, we'll see a resurgence with the all-in type pay-per-views. With the, in fact, Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the Bucks and Cody, aren't they actually looking to start their own organization?
Yeah, the
or-
Elite.
The Elite. That's what
Yeah.
I was thinking of. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Do you have any information on that, or?
Very little.
Okay.
Just by what I've read. They're looking to start up here in the States.
Right.
Basically using a lot of the New Japan guys.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I think we could see a resurgence, dude, because All In gave me faith.
Yeah.
It did, man. It gave
Yeah.
me,
Hopefully
gave
we
me-
see more ghost penises.
No, that's the one thing I think we can do.
The fluids.
without.
I'm sorry, the fluids. The fluids.
Isn't it funny, man, of how the wrestling community is so torn on this kind of stuff? And I see it from both sides. Man.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Jim Cornette type person
Yeah.
when it comes to wrestling. But I'm the first one to tell you, man, yeah, comedy's been around forever.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know where that line is, Mike, and I don't know why I draw that line. Because it's entertainment.
Yeah.
It's a work.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it's a work.
All right.
But ghost dicks, I mean, come on, man. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I just know for me, as entertaining as I'll give it its props, man. It's over. People, hey, man, we're talking about it right now.
Mhm.
So that's got to be doing something
Hey.
right.
Yeah.
But
That's what I say,
me, it's just when
Back
I
in the
see
day. Back in the day, you look at, Choppy Choppy Pee Pee.
Yeah, I mean, you see that, man. You know,
that.
the Boogie Woogie Man would make out with Tony Schiavone.
Hell,
I mean.
yeah, exactly. Or even with the droids with the Undertaker, man. A lot of people, a lot of
people
older,
shit on that back in the day.
Exactly.
You're right. Hey, man, people would shit on the Paul Jones feud because they were like our age back then. So I get that, man. I get that. But when I see somebody take an overbump because somebody flexes their penis while the other guy has their hand on it, I just can't get into it, man.
Fantastic.
I just can't get into it. And it trips me out the amount of just a division. It's such a division, man, because I was actually listening to Jericho's podcast a couple days ago. Cornette was on there. Obviously, it comes up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm with Cornette 100%, but damn it, man, I see the other side. Maybe I'm taking it too seriously because wrestling, should you take it seriously? I mean, man, people get hurt every day. People can die in the fucking ring.
Yeah.
But it's also fake fighting in your underwear. I don't know, man.
Right,
I mean,
exactly.
Where do you draw the lines, man?
Yeah.
I think
Is there a line?
Is there a line?
Like I talked about on one of the episodes, I think it was the All In episode, is that it's about time. I really think it's about time. Music has it. Movies have it. TV has it. I think it's time for subgenres in wrestling.
Ooh, man, I'm not. Oh, I've never thought about that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Actually, you make a good point.
Yeah.
That's weird, man. You're just dropping this on me.
Yeah.
I'm over here on the air, like, well, quote unquote on the air.
Right.
Kind of like, oh shit. Have you more comedic, have you more traditional style, your more glossy scene, that you have in
Hardcore.
WWE. Your hardcore. But I don't know, man. I don't know. At this point, Mike, I don't think it would hurt.
Right.
Let me put it like that. I think at this point, anything you can innovate to bring out wrestling to the mainstream, it can't be a bad thing.
Right.
If adding the over-the-top comedy helps it, okay. If it gives me more, if being over-the-top, man, if taking an overbump off a dick will give me some good traditional Eddie Guerrero versus Dean Malenko matches at some point down the line,
right?
I'll take a fucking overbump with a dick, I guess.
He had actually had a chain going on at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man.
I think that needs to be a clip of the week.
if I'll take a bump off a dick if I can get a good Malenko versus Guerrero match.
Well,
I don't know, man. It's just one of those things, brother. Where do you draw the line? A friend of mine, a guy who's in the independent scene, he wrote a pretty good Facebook post about it.
Right.
And he was a little bit more pro comedy, pro over the top. Made some great points, man.
Yeah.
And I couldn't argue with anything. But Mike, sometimes, like not getting political, but even sometimes, like even in the political field, it's not about statistics. It's not about what you see on paper. It's not about what you hear, what you read. It's about what you feel. And I think that's what it is for me. It doesn't feel like pro wrestling to me. And don't get me wrong, man. I think Kenny Omega's a great talent.
Yeah.
I think, God, what's the dick guy's name, man? Joey Ryan. Joey Ryan. I think Joey is a great performer. He's a hell of an entertainer.
Yeah.
He's over. His intro was probably one of the most over intros, and I'm not gonna lie, I love the porno music.
For sure.
When that porno music hit, I'm like, okay, that's cool shit. That is. I was popping,
Oh, let me ask you this, since you brought this up, and you said it doesn't feel like wrestling.
Right.
When has wrestling felt like wrestling for you?
When was the last time? Man, it had to be during the Attitude Era. I mean, it had to be. And even then, it started getting a little. We started getting into what we see today.
Right.
In fact, Mike, let's talk a little bit about that.
So, I mean, you look at that, and it's been, for that long, to me, it's been a lot closer. It's probably about, I want to say, to the
mid-2000s, maybe?
No, I would say 2013 up until...
Oh, really?
15, probably.
Right.
14, 15. But, you look at that, and what you're saying, as far as the last time it felt like wrestling.
Right.
Well, and, even with me, the past 3 or 4 years haven't felt like wrestling.
Right.
With the WWE, that says something, and current wrestling is not working. So there has to be something.
Well,
that
there's something not hitting, man.
Yeah, there needs to be a change.
It's almost kind of like when the Reverend Doctor was in here, and we were talking about society. Is like you can't pinpoint what it is, you can't pinpoint how it is.
Right.
You just know something's not right,
Yeah.
man. Something's just not hitting on all cylinders. And I think it's the same thing with pro. Hey, man, let's call it the way it is, too, Mike. The current product right now in WWE, the current roster, is so athletic.
Yes.
In fact, man, and I want to say this, slight spoiler alert. We're going to go into this in 2019. We have a whole show about this. So I don't want to put all my, eggs in one basket here, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to say too much. But the athletics of these current, wrestlers or superstars, as I should say, is unsurpassed, man.
Right.
Maybe the best ever.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
by far, man.
Yeah.
I mean, when you take the 1986 Jim Crockett era roster and you put it up against the 2018 WWE roster, as far as pure athletics, there's no contest, man.
Right.
Now, ask me which one I give a shit about.
Right, exactly.
See, man, once again, I don't want to put it all out there because I want to save some of this for later on, for later shows. But I'm not a sports fan, man. I'm not an athletics fan. I don't care about athletics. I never have. I didn't give a shit about football. I don't give a shit about basketball. I don't give a shit about really any kind of sport.
Yeah.
So when I see the professional wrestling go from entertainment-based while trying to pretend to be a legitimate sport, has now gone into more of an athletic exhibition while saying straight up we're not a sport.
Right.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird, man. And
Yeah.
I think that's part of my problem too. Is I don't care about athletes. I want to see psychology.
Yeah.
I want to see characters. I want to see drama. I want to see good and evil.
Right.
And I want to see these issues being put into the ring because man, the good and the evil thing is as old as man itself, or old as people, and old as the earth itself.
Yeah.
But when you put that in the confines of a ring, and we're going to physically, one person's going to win, one person's going to lose, brother. I love that, man, and I love that about old school pro wrestling. So you asked me, Mike, when was the last time it felt like wrestling to me? I can't pinpoint it, but I can pinpoint the night I turned the fucking channel. I was watching Raw.
Okay.
I was living in Gastonia at the time, man. We talked about this privately. My Gastonia era was kind of a downswing of life. I wasn't doing a whole lot. A whole lot wasn't really going on. But I'm watching Raw. The war's been over. This is probably about 2005-ish, 6, 7 even. It was the time the Spirit Squad come out.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I'm watching Raw, the Spirit Squad comes out. And they've been around a little bit, and I'm watching it. And I'm like, man, I'm going to see what else is on. And I turned the channel. And, brother, I haven't turned it back since.
Wow.
And that's not putting down the Spirit Squad because there were some great guys in there. Dolph Ziggler came from there,
man.
Who I think is tremendous. A tremendous talent. But it was around about that time you could really see that edge kind of coming off. And everybody thinks the Attitude Era had to be about sex and cussing. It wasn't, man. No. You had the same intensity as you had back in the 80s in NWA Crockett. They just sprinkled on the sex. They just sprinkled on the cursing.
Yeah.
You didn't need that, man.
No.
What was the attitude was the psychology.
Yes.
Was the storylines.
Yep.
Giving a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that was it, man.
Giving a shit or not giving a shit.
Or, right.
Because obviously we leaped into a PG era.
Right.
Which I'm better
sure is good
for
for
worse.
business.
For better or for worse.
Right.
It is what it was.
Right. I'm sure for business it was greater he would have done it.
Yeah. Exactly. But there again, kind of lost something, that edge, that spontaneity.
Yes, man. Well, just the psychology started dropping, Mike. And we talk about the PG era and this and that. Well, man, wrestling back in the day was basically PG. I mean, some stuff on
It borderline.
Really,
but it had that edge.
It did have an edge.
It did have that edge.
And you could have that edge and still remain PC. And that was the thing, man. They went straight entertainment with athletics, and it just once again, man, when you stop calling your performers wrestlers and start calling them entertainers, performers, sports entertainers, there you go, man. In other words, Mike, I love pro wrestling. I'm not a huge sports entertainment fan.
Exactly.
I think that's it, man. And I think
like the international stuff
is better.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and the independents.
Different with Underground. That's more like WWE. And
there
I was
you go.
Okay, and I started watching it a few years. I didn't care for it.
Right, man.
But the Mexican allegiance is great, but Lucha Underground is Americanized, and it's kind of
right.
Yeah, not a big fan.
I've watched a few
Lucha
episodes.
Underground.
I didn't get into it either, man. I tried. It just wasn't.
Yeah.
It was kind of like TNA stuff. Man, I tried. I wanted to love TNA, and I
God.
just. Now there was a few moments in TNA's history where they came really close, man.
Yeah.
At the very beginning,
They really did.
When we were watching those pay-per-views back when they first came out, those $10 pay-per-views weekly, that was pretty good stuff, man. That was really good stuff.
Yeah.
The stuff with the Hardys was great. I love Broken Matt Hardy
that's
from
so
TNA.
fun.
That was the only thing
Loved
that
it.
had them going
That was it, man.
Yeah,
That was
and
it.
the
at that
best,
time.
That was it, man.
The Abyss and their little feud was fun too.
Yeah, but I mean,
With
look
Broke
at
into
Decay.
the barn.
Decay. Yeah,
When they
yeah.
broke into the barn and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
But I'm telling you, man, that Broken Matt Hardy stuff was great.
Yeah.
But that's the thing with pro wrestling, man. Nothing grabs me and
Oh,
keeps
see,
me, man.
let's even look at that, because that Broken Hardy stuff was tremendous
Oh yeah.
when it was in Impact.
Goes to WWE, it gets shit all over, man.
Is the shits.
It's got
It's
It
because
is
wide
nothing
in it
like
now.
what it was.
nothing, man.
It wasn't even broke. Well, obviously they were going through a bit of a lawsuit. Yeah,
Right.
but it just did not have the same.
WWE has
Yeah.
always done that, man. They'll take somebody else's idea and shit all over it, man,
Yeah.
because it's not theirs.
Right.
And I mean, that dude, Vince McMahon is notorious for that. I
Yeah.
mean, every shoot interview you've ever heard, it's like if you had a great gimmick coming in,
Yeah.
brother, you wasn't getting it coming out.
like Nakamura
You
don't
know.
get the judges he deserves in America for the stuff he does in Japan.
There you go.
That's what I'm
man.
like.
Yeah, Nakamura.
There you go,
is
man.
just-
That's another
amazing.
example.
I'll say that Finn Balor.
Finn Balor's
Yeah,
another one.
same thing as
Well, man, let's look at the
Styles.
world overweight champion Kevin Owens. Let's just go ahead
There
and
we
take a
go.
look at him. Now,
Kevin Owens.
well, let's just take him as I'm not a fan. Obviously, I think that's pretty clear. But I'll say this, man, another drop ball, man,
Yeah.
because he was fucking over, man.
Yeah.
People were talking about him. I
Yes.
heard about him. I started checking him out. He is a great worker,
Yes.
dude. I talk shit, but he is a great worker. But what happens, man? Okay, I'm gonna start watching because I like this guy. Hell, he's getting over. Hell, he won the belt.
Right.
2 weeks later, well, fuck you. Now he's jobbing out in 30
Yeah.
seconds. Who gives a shit? That's my thing, man. I don't give a shit now.
Yeah.
Dude,
Well, no. Well, you take that, and I don't mean to jump around
jump
too
around.
much on that. Whoop. But Jericho.
Right,
yeah,
right.
that film was good.
Jericho doesn't stay.
Right.
Okay. And he goes to New Japan.
Dude,
and
he
he's
just goes
blown
crazy.
the
Blows
fuck
up, man. Blows up, man.
Blows the
Blows
fuck
up.
up again.
Blows up.
Jericho, to me, is probably
The
best.
best right
Yes.
now. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree with
especially
that.
off the
I-
club
100%.
coming in and Nato
He
stuff
doesn't
coming in.
stop.
How-
He
100%.
always reinvents himself.
He's a vet, man.
love it.
He's been there, done that. He's been in
I
all
love
the
the dude. Look, he
promotions.
doesn't do Japan too with the makeup on and mask.
Yeah,
That's
once
really,
again,
really
like
good.
yeah, like Mike just said, man, he reinvented himself again and again, and he's great. Dude, I can't put Jericho over
No.
enough, man. Well, without a
Jericho's
doubt, the best out there right now.
sure.
man, without a doubt. Once again, but it just shows how. This is what I think is wrong with WWE. Once again, man, we got to show. And I know this is talking.
Yeah, I
actually,
know, right?
I know we
Yeah,
didn't mean to
yeah.
get off on this
Yeah.
tangent here, but in my opinion, man, I think this is what's wrong with WWE. We'll get into this coming into the new year. I think they have all these what you call the group control groups or whatever, or whether they bring people in. Hey, what do you like about the product? What do you not like about it? I think most people probably put down they like surprises. They like turns. That's what they're not expecting it. Well, shit, man. When you turn somebody, what was it? Just a few weeks ago, they turned like 3 people in like 2
Daniel
weeks.
Bryan was one
Or
of
so-
them, I
yeah,
think.
yeah. It was
Oh,
with
He
Daniel
couldn't
yeah.
Bryan.
mess with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh.
And I'm like, dude, if you do it all the fucking time, then
You're gonna
people
get
aren't
bored.
going to like it anymore. The problem is they
cares?
got Hollywood writers
Yeah.
in there, and they don't have any more wrestling bookers.
Yeah.
That's the problem. If you want to know what's wrong with WWE today, they're too corporate. They're too shiny, man. When I do try to watch Raw or I do try to watch a pay-per-view, it almost blinds me.
Right.
It's like a football game now.
Yeah.
It's so in your face. It's bright. It's shiny. It's glimmering. And, oh, no, man, I like my wrestling smoky. I like it dark, man.
Yeah.
I like it gritty.
Yeah.
I don't like it shiny and glitzy, man. But anyway, man.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, I tell you what, brother, we are probably about halfway, probably a little over halfway. We played some music a little earlier.
Yes.
We played wrestling. Let's play the second song that we debuted here on. Well, we didn't debut it. WTAU debuted it.
Oh, that's.
But the Bad Somethings, my
Yes.
bike, dude.
Yeah.
I love that song, man. It's on my playlist.
Oh, I know.
I mean, it is great.
Yeah.
If you haven't heard it, you're about to check it out right now. Once again, the name of the band, the Bad Somethings. The name of the track, My Bike. You heard it first on WTAU, but you're hearing it now on the PUDcast. right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys get that song stuck in your head like it's been stuck in mine for
Yeah,
the
man.
last several weeks, dude. Once again, another great band, the Bad
Great song.
Somethings. My Bike. Once again, if you like the song, share it.
Yeah.
If you like the band, like their Facebook. Hell, maybe even buy a CD. Shit, help them out, man. You know, you're going to buy the 5th, greatest hits from, whoever.
Yeah.
Who's already got the money, Rolling Stones or some shit, man, help out these local groups, Let's
Right.
help them out, man. But, Mike, that's one thing about the PUDcast that really has meant a lot to me is just being able to play some of this music, dude, because it brings me back to my roots of, rock and roll radio, just like when we had Chris Baker in here, my old, running buddy back in the radio days, man. It's really cool to have that throwback.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And be able to play good music, brother, good independent
Yeah.
music, I love it, man. I just love it. You know what else I love, brother? I love the PUDcast.
Oh, dude.
I really do, man.
Yeah.
It's, man, we kind of went off on some tangents.
we do. We do.
Which I think is perfect for this show, It's like, well, what do you guys, do on the podcast? Well, usually we bitch about WWE.
Yeah. And everything else.
And everything else in between,
Exactly. And I think one of the biggest arguments we ever had was over the Lethal Weapon Die Hard thing.
Bro, Mike, that was a squash match, bro.
Hey, God, get
You
the hell
got
out of
beat
here.
the fuck up, Mike.
That is
Mike
bullshit.
Motherfucker,
That is
like he just got
bullshit.
done with Mike
No.
Tyson back in damn, 90. Motherfuckers beat up, boy.
No, hell no.
Mike
hell
had
no.
a damn busted lip, big old soul eye. You know what I'm saying?
Yours
Dude, you
missing?
had no one in here. You had no one. No one is yet coming to your defense, Mike. Everybody's like, Die Hard, 100%.
No, that's because you're a bunch of mainstream fucking elitist.
See, now he's going with that
Mainstream
bullshit.
elitist.
Oh, okay, that's what they all
Okay.
On
say.
Christmas, I got drunk and watched both of them. I didn't care.
This motherfucker's like, I don't really care for Pink Floyd as much as like some other bullshit band or some shit, man. All right, hipster
Fucking
pain.
Pink Floyd. No, all right. That's a whole nother discussion.
That was just
yeah,
random.
Well, I'm random.
People like Die Hard so much are the Pink Floyd and the Led Zeppelin fans. All right.
Hey man, I love Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd, man.
Oh God.
I love all Led Zeppelin songs, man. Even
Overrated.
the ones they wrote.
Overrated. Overplayed. And just picking ideas from other things.
Well, now I'll say that about Zeppelin. Now I love me some Floyd. Now I cannot lie, Floyd's up there. But I don't even know why I use that, man. Because I think I've heard other people say that in the past. Just like Mikey with his old Lethal Weapon bullshit. It's just bullshit.
Such a
man.
superior
it's bullshit,
movie.
Man. It's shit.
And we are
It's a
going
great
to go,
movie.
and we
It's
are
a great
going,
movie.
and 2019 we're going to go in even further into it.
Oh man,
with
yeah.
the series versus the series.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Shit.
I like that.
No, bro, come on now. Well,
Well, okay, Die versus Luke
This-
series.
well, yeah, because Die Hard really did take a nosedive there toward the end. But man, come on, bro, Joe
That
Pesci.
third one.
Joe fucking Pesci.
I'm going to tell you what.
Okay, hey man, let's save
Just
it, bro.
we can save it. I don't think it necessarily took the Die Hard series a nosedive,
It did there
but I
toward the
think
end,
it was.
brother.
That's
Those
the
last
third
couple.
one. It was like
Well,
Those last couple were kind of rough, man.
We're-
They
we're
really
gonna-
were.
we're not going to talk. We're not going to talk about the later ones. We're going to talk about the original trilogy.
The trilogy was great, man.
yeah.
Die Hard, dude. I love
Anything you
oh,
talk about original trilogy,
Just keep it within the confines.
keep
of
it in
that.
the trilogy.
Yeah.
Because the trilogy is always the best.
It's kind of the mark. the
If they're
gauge,
going, if they're going, 10, 15, 20 years later on a series,
No.
it never works out.
It doesn't, man. I can't think of any that
No.
ever has, man. Not
No.
right offhand. you
No.
know.
because that. I think the Die Hard 3's still one of my
I
favorites.
love Die Hard 3,
That's one of
man.
my
Die
favorites.
Hard 3
was
is
great, man.
incredible.
Great,
I love
man.
that
Yeah,
movie.
Sam Jackson, bro.
And I even said it
Jimmy
last
Irons is
week.
amazing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they're all.
I even
yeah.
said it last week. Die Hard 3 to me, I love it more than the first Die Hard.
It's up there.
Yeah.
It's up there, man. But, like I said, I just felt so
Die Hard
bad
1
for
would
you
be-
last week, Mike. I was just like, dude. You even had Dawn. I thought, like, Dawn was going to be like your ace in the hole. I was like, oh, okay, Mike got Dawn in here to, help even the odds. But even she was
I didn't
like,
even know which side she was on.
Really?
No.
I was just like, okay, Mike's, trying to stack the deck a little because
That's all right. I don't mind being the underdog,
I went and got
fighting
my,
against the system.
brother, the system. But as the system
That's
tends
right,
to do,
the system.
beat you down, brother.
That's all right.
Hey, I was actually good.
I'll get back up.
I was actually glad to be on this side of the system.
Yeah.
Right? Usually
Yeah.
I'm on your side. But no, man, Eisenberg, brother. Who was it, man? Somebody made a comment. I think it was E-Man from Sweet Feathery Jesus. Was like, I love Jason's argument style. Here, let me go get somebody who really knows about it, and they just agree with him.
He had the books
Yeah, that's
and,
what I said. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Oh.
he was right. I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
man, it worked out. You know? But yeah, no, that was a fun one, man. Last week
Yeah.
was great. Like I said, just having Chris
That was a lot of
Eisenberg in
fun.
here, man. You know, once again, you're not going to see the end of Chris Eisenberg in the podcast.
That's
You know,
right.
we got some big
That's
stuff
right.
coming up with him coming into the new year. Like I say, man, 2019, you know, could be a good year. You know, we're hoping it's
think
going to
it's
be a
gonna be a
great
great
year,
year.
man. You know, that's what we're hoping for. You know, once you know, like I said, on my end, you know, got to get some personal stuff kind of
Yeah.
taken care of, and you know, get all that lined up and figured out. But I think 2019's got potential, brother,
for
to
sure.
be the year of the PUD.
Yeah,
You know.
I know. You had talked about earlier with taking a hit in December, a personal hit. I know I had taken a personal hit the end of November, the beginning of December. Good friend of mine, Joel West, passed away.
Right, man. Yeah,
He's a legend in the arcade community.
absolutely.
And one of the biggest regrets, I think, I don't have any regrets for this show in this series.
Even
but-
bringing Pudsworth on?
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean,
that was. I think that was a great call.
That was a good call.
That was a great call.
As of right now.
As of right now, it's working out pretty good.
It's going good,
Yeah.
man.
We'll see
I
in
know, I know
19.
you sleep, boy.
Okay, maybe
Oh,
that took
Jesus
a turn.
Christ,
That
man.
just took
Yeah.
a turn, didn't it?
God damn
Yeah.
it, man. There we go.
But one of my biggest regrets for the show is that we never had Joel come in.
Yeah.
Right.
That
You know,
would've been great.
unfortunately, he had a lot of problems with his health,
Right.
and unfortunately couldn't. But he was a great guy,
Right.
and hopefully in 19 we can do a show just about Joel.
Absolutely,
Oh,
and,
man.
man,
I
and
love
a lot
that,
of
man.
people, talk about Joel and
Do a
some of
tribute.
their great experiences with Joel.
That'd be great, man. I'm totally down for that. In fact, man, we'll go ahead and book that after we go offline today.
Yeah,
We'll go ahead and
yeah.
get that set in stone, brother. That sounds like a great idea. And you know, Mike, that's something else I like about the podcast is I don't know if people out there realize how many shows we've booked. Like in the moment,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
like we'll just say something.
Just
Well, the
a-
Warren Zevon episode with Wayne,
Right.
hell, that
Yeah.
was just I think the third episode. We're like, hell, we need to bring Wayne in here.
Yeah.
Well, here we go, man.
do
You know,
it.
a few more episodes in, here we are. You know,
Sounds good. Let's do it.
let's do it, man.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it. It's just, man, we just whatever we say, then we do it. We can.
Exactly.
We have that
Yeah,
option. Man.
exactly.
We have those capacity to do that, man. The capability to do
Yeah.
that. But yeah, man, I think we should definitely do that for Joel. And not the same subject matter, but Mike, I just want to say again how wonderful it is that you and Jamie both, have done for the community. Because I know when this happened with Joel, man, you guys jumped on it. You guys took care of it, man, and got everything settled and worked out. But man, it's like with the chalk walk, like with the holiday stuff, with the hats and with just all
Yeah.
the charity stuff
Yeah.
you guys do around here, man. I don't know if people realize just how, God, man, what's the word I'm looking for? Just how into the community you guys are,
Right.
man. How active in the community you guys are. Because one thing that went on this year, and it was one of our first episodes that was just tremendous, was the Comic-Con.
Comic-Con, man.
Oh,
It
That
feels
was
like
awesome, man.
feels like forever ago, and now it's closely. We're about 6 months away from
Yeah,
it. It's sneaking up on us. That 6 months, I've learned from the past 2 years, will go by
Quickly.
and it's like, oh, it's here.
Yeah, here it is, man. And
Crap.
brother, what a great time last year. And man,
Yeah.
the podcast, we're going to be active this year, because we just started, man. We were just, we were only a month in at
Yeah.
the time, not
Yeah.
even quite a month
Oh
at
my
the time.
God, I know.
So, this year, man, we're going to be,
So
we're
much
going to have
going
a
on.
presence. We
Yeah.
will have a presence. So, obviously, you're going to have a presence there, but the podcast will have a presence there.
Yeah.
And that's something to look forward to
Yeah.
in the coming year,
Well, that was a cool time, because I got to sneak away sometimes.
Yeah,
And just
yeah.
kind of go back in the hallways and just kind of.
Look.
Well, that, and just get away from everything for a minute
Yeah, take a breather.
and take a breather. But hanging out with like you and Robbie,
Yeah, man.
was so much fun. It's
Yes.
just we could just sit back and just look at everything
just
that
kinda
was
goof.
going on. Yeah.
It just kind of goof around, man.
And speaking of 2019, hopefully we're gonna have Robbie on, and
yes.
and that will be an interesting episode.
That's the one, man. I've actually reached out to Rob. I'm still waiting to hear back from him.
Yeah.
I need to reach back out, man. With everything going on, I kind of got a little slack with that. But we actually talked about even introducing a new series.
Yeah.
We won't go into it. We won't
Right.
everybody, but we already have a guest, possibly. We're still trying to work out some details here and there. But for all thing I'll say, man, for you old school fans out there, we got something really cool coming up in 2019, guys. Robbie McGallard would definitely be one of these things. But, man, we're going to hear this guy's story.
Yeah.
And hopefully around March or April, we'll get him in here.
Yes.
I got to reach back out and go ahead and start getting that, set in stone. But, yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to that one. Hell, I'm looking forward to the Comic-Con, man.
Man.
I'm going to have the Gobbletron set up. We're going to see what we can do, man. Maybe we can do something there on the spot.
Oh,
Maybe,
geez, that'd be
we'll
great.
see, man. Who knows, man?
Yeah.
We're still months away from that, but Comic-Con's coming up, brother. And the Comic-Con should be, once again, it's going to be something to behold. It's going to be something to be a part of, man.
It really is.
Well, Mike, something else, man, this year, and we touched on this a little earlier in this broadcast, but something else I want to talk about is every once in a while, I still get the question. Actually, I get it more than every once in a while. I get it quite often, actually. What's a PUD?
What's a PUD?
What is a PUD?
Yeah.
We aren't telling you.
Oh, I tell you, this is how tight-lipped I am. And Jamie asked me at least
Really?
about a week, once a week, once every 2 weeks.
Now, who is Jamie?
And Jamie Parker
Okay.
is my girlfriend,
Mother of your daughter.
mother of my daughter, my closest confidant
Business partner,
in life and business and everything. And she'll ask me, "What is a PUD?"
I ain't telling
It's
you.
like,
Get 100 subscribers.
can't tell you that.
Help us get to 100 subscribers.
Cannot tell you that.
Well, Chris Eisenberg last week was like, "What's a PUD?" I was like, "Hey, man, help us get 100
Hey.
subscribers. We'll tell you."
And we're sticking to that.
Yes, we are, man. Yes. People always want to know what's a PUD.
What's a PUD?
Well, man, once we get that 100 subscribers, because Mike, that show is going to be huge.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to do
Yeah.
that 100 subscriber What's a PUD show.
Yeah.
And man, the only way we're going to be able to tell you is once we get
right.
that 100 subscribers. But Mike, there was someone.
People have their theories.
People have their theories, bro.
Yeah.
And one of those people is over at Sweet Feathery Jesus. Our main man, E-Man Groovin Belasco. He's also known as, which is blasphemy to me, but whatever. But they actually, E-Man was putting us over on his show like we like to put those guys over, And Chuck Turtleman, one of the co-hosts of Sweet Feathery Jesus, actually has a theory of what a PUD is.
Right.
No.
The only thing I don't like about it is, it's really close. really close. But don't take our word for it. Let's turn it over to those guys over at Sweet Feathery Jesus. Don't go nowhere. They're going to tell you what, or Chuck's going to say what he thinks a PUD is. We'll be right back.
A few shows ago, I mentioned that there was this video of me online from way back in the day.
Oh, we saw it.
Yeah, I know.
Like a blurry Belasco.
Yeah, well,
Jumping up and down, you look very excited.
a couple of friends of mine who were there for that event.
Back when you had your gallbladder.
Yes, back when I had my gallbladder. Thank you. Jason and Mike, they are trying to do their own podcast. Check them out. The PUDcast with Jason and Mike. PUD, that's P-U-D.
I heard it got
It's
pulled.
post-urinal drip.
Their PUDcast.
That's what I always call PUD. If you had a wet spot in your pants after you left the bathroom, it's PUD. Post-urinal drip.
Well, Mike.
Man.
So it really doesn't help that Two Dogs actually calls fans of this show Puddles.
Puddles. Puddles.
So we have Puddles, and then we have post-urinary drip.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, when I first heard that, bro, because I didn't know they were going to talk about it.
Right.
That's the one podcast, brother.
Yeah.
I get a little slack with some of the other ones. I'm not going to lie. I don't miss Sweet Feathery Jesus, man. I listen to it almost immediately when it comes out.
Oh, it's amazing to me.
I died, man.
And a lot of times, I don't know if you're the same way, but just having the time to sit back and think about it and look back at this and like, wow, we're doing a podcast every week.
Yeah.
6 months ago, I don't know that we would have been just like, okay, we're doing a podcast every week. This is amazing to me.
Yeah.
Now, if I sit back and think about it, it's like, wow, this is happening every week when we do this, and it's just like nothing.
You're right.
Don't even think about it.
You just do it. Right.
Yeah. But also, it's amazing to me that we're in a part of this small podcast community
It's a community,
as
man.
well.
It's like a little network within
Yeah.
itself, man.
Yeah.
Because we've got Sweet Feathery Jesus,
Yes.
which were really the originators as far as our little group of
Yeah.
people goes, man. Once again, I knew E-Man from broadcasting school, so it's really awesome how a lot of people from that era and that group have gone to become podcasters,
exactly.
David Hayes,
Yeah.
we talked about This Is Work a little bit ago. Man, right when the PUDcast was being conceived, hell, man, so was This Is a Work. It was all kind of at the same time.
Right.
Once again, it was from that era and that group of guys. Midnight Drive-In is another podcast I put over with my friend Garrick Lane. Me and Garrick worked together.
Yeah.
Years ago. Garrick's a great guy, man. I don't think you've ever had a chance to meet this guy.
No.
Garrick's a tremendous, tremendous guy, man. And his show is phenomenal. Man.
All right.
It's so entertaining. I got a little slack with his, man. I do need to catch up. I started catching up this week, actually. Good stuff. I got to put those guys over. And obviously got WTAU, man. Papa Jack puts us over, But yeah, it's this
Eisenberg.
Eisenberg's,
Yeah.
man. I always forget Eisenberg.
Yeah.
As Dustin Fowler says, I forget because I'm old.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know.
Shout out to Double D.
know.
but yeah, man,
But
it's cool.
look at that. And then you look at, I would say, the originators of the podcast before there was a podcast.
Was Through the Ropes, man.
Yeah.
Through the Ropes, which we just did the holiday special
Right.
on. Mike, nothing compares to it.
Yeah.
I'm not dogging no
No.
one. I'm not digging on anyone. This is a work. Nah, man. Sweet Feathery Jesus. Nah. The podcast not even fucking close,
No.
man. I mean, we're not
No.
even on the same goddamn,
Right.
continent, man. Those other guys, yeah,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Us, man. I mean, I
Oh, yeah.
strive to be.
Yeah. Well, we're just some
jabronis, man.
just some rubes,
Make you back.
Got a
Make you
couple
humble.
J Bronx
Yeah.
in here, man, talking about
laughing at
Through the
our own
Ropes.
jokes.
But
you
man,
know?
Through the Ropes, brother. Let's call something for what it is. Anybody really, truthfully, can do a podcast. It
Yes.
does take skill. Now, don't get me wrong, man. I mean, you got to know some shit. You got to have some equipment. You got to put some money in. You got, But man, when those guys were doing it, they were on radio, man.
Yeah.
They were broadcasting
Weekly.
Weekly, man.
Yeah.
Probably, if not the most popular show ever on that station.
Yeah.
God damn, it's in the top 3.
Yeah.
It had to be, man.
For sure.
It had to be.
Yeah.
And some of the feedback that we've gotten for this holiday special we put out this week has just been great, man. I
Yeah.
mean, I've heard not just from the guys who were involved, but I mean everybody has just been, yeah, man, you guys really did something great.
It's amazing to me that the footage, or not even the footage, the audio recordings are still
Pretty damn good, man.
Yeah, they're really damn good, but they're they're intact.
They're whole, man. We only have a few, man,
Right,
very little, and that's
exactly.
why, man, we're going to try to stretch this shit out, man, and make more with it. But yeah, man, it was just so great.
Who would have thought?
Yeah,
Even a year ago,
that we
hell,
were,
even 6 months ago,
6 months ago,
that these recordings were around somewhere.
are going to be unearthed and
Yeah.
then being able to be presented to people, man. And Mike, we if we're going to talk about Through the Ropes, we're talking about some of these podcasts, our little network, our little community here. Bro, we got to talk about the Millennium Wrestling Federation
Yeah.
as well. Now,
Absolutely.
Mike, there is a rumor that me and you may have had a little history with the Millennium Wrestling Federation.
Could be.
Maybe we were around a little bit back in the day. To me, man, it's
the day, wow.
way back in the day,
Yeah.
brother. I'm talking 99, going on into 2000.
Millennium.
man. I mean, Millennium, man, that's where it
Yeah.
got the name, But to me, it's so cool to kind of go full circle with these guys because, I consider the MWF to be almost partners with us to a certain
Yeah.
degree, man, because, brother, they're putting us over.
Yeah.
And Jeff Roberts, owner-operator of the Millennium Wrestling Federation, has been one of our biggest supporters, man. He is always contacting me, hey, man. He'll also let you know, hey, I didn't like this too well. I really
yeah.
like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Man, and that's what I love, man.
Yeah.
We got to have
Yeah.
all of that. And, man, dude, Jeff has just been so supportive.
Yeah.
And, man, we actually try to, repay that, not only by giving them plugs on the show, but, Mike, we even but we actually recorded a commercial for those guys.
That's true.
Which the commercial, I think, turned out okay. Man,
Yeah.
they're playing
Oh,
it
yeah.
all right. They're doing okay. But what we really got a lot of response about were some of the outtakes.
Yeah.
Bloopers, if you will.
It's
Man.
I can't describe how it is that we can sit here and talk for hours.
Yeah, 2 hours with no
straight.
no bullshit, man.
No bullshit, no cutting, no nothing.
No
we
editing.
can just go through, and for a 30-second spot,
It takes like 2.5 fucking hours.
2 fucking hours it took to record this 30-second spot.
I mean,
Yeah,
brother, by the
it's
time
good.
and it's one of those things, the more you keep trying to do it, the
Blew
sillier and
my mind.
sillier it got. But you know, man, don't take our word for it. We got another little clip lined up. Here's some bloopers and some outtakes from that commercial that we did make it through. God damn, we
did.
made it, man. But
It was
Jesus,
tough.
We had to fight for it every step of the way.
Yeah.
But anyway, man, we're going to let you guys check it out. Don't go nowhere. Here's some bloopers. We'll be right back.
Hey, Puds, you like wrestling?
We love wrestling.
Then you're going to love this. This Saturday at the Howards Creek Veterans Center
Okay.
in the newly renovated MWF Arena.
The MWF.
That's right, MWF, Millennium Wrestling Federation.
That sounds awesome.
It is awesome. More than you can ever realize.
How much is the seat?
$5.
$6, asshole.
Damn. Hey, Puds, you like wrestling?
We love wrestling.
Then you're going to love this Saturday at 8 p.m. in Lincoln County Veterans Center at 508 Howards Creek School Road. The MWF Professional Wrestling returns.
Millennium Wrestling Federation.
You've heard of it.
I have. Okay, man, I think we're digressing. All right, man, hold on. All right.
Hey, Puds, you like wrestling?
We love wrestling.
Then you're going to like this.
Not like. We're
Love.
gonna love it, Mike.
We're gonna love it.
God damn it,
We're
Mike.
gonna love it. Hey, Puds, you like wrestling?
We love wrestling.
Then you're going to love this Saturday as the MWF Pro Wrestling returns to Lincoln County Veterans Center at 508 Howards Creek School Road.
The MWF.
Millennium Wrestling Federation.
That sounds powerful.
It is.
That sounds exciting.
Oh, let me tell you what. You have no idea.
That sounds passionate.
Let me tell you. It's only $6 per seat.
Bullshit. Shit, man. Bullshit. Oh, Jesus, man. I fucked up. I fucked up.
I truly thought we had that one.
I know, man. It was so good, man, and I fucked up.
Oh.
Okay, man. I think we're good now. I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, Mike. Bro.
Unreal.
Only thing, man, I wish we were getting paid by the hour.
Unreal.
We did that shit.
Unreal.
I just wish I got paid. Fuck, you know?
I would watch bloopers, movies and TV. Yeah. Like, how are you not getting this shit?
Get the shit right.
Get the
Just
shit
do
right.
it.
And here I am, fucking can't do a goddamn thing. Can't say a single word.
My favorite's when you say the $5 instead of $6. Hey, man, nobody sent you the memo, bro. That's
Yeah.
well, it goes once again. It shows you how much
Yeah.
preparation.
That's the one.
That's perspiration there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sweating.
Preparation H.
Sometimes the podcast feels like a hemorrhoid. So, well, Sir Ian Pudsworth does. And you know, man, I just want to let's put Pudsworth over just a little bit more, man. You know, I just want to say we give P-Dub some shit sometimes, brother. Y'all hear us off the air.
Oh, God.
We actually restrain ourselves here.
Yeah.
You know, out of respect, man. But when ain't nobody else listening, oh Jesus Christ, man.
Oh,
we
yeah.
can't just pile on P-Dub over here. But Pudsworth, brother, thank you. You've really added an extra layer to this show. I don't know what that layer is. I don't know if it's a layer of manure.
Crispy or is it nougaty goodness?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, but you definitely
Yeah.
added to us, man, and we appreciate
Thank
you
you, no
helping us
problem.
out, man. Thank you.
It's fun.
Let me get the towels this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clean that mess up for you, Puds.
Jesus, man. I'm
That's a good one.
I'm over here getting drenched.
Yeah.
Oh, gross. But I remember remember that time Pudsworth, man. You remember that time me, you, and Pudsworth went on that camping trip? And man, it was really cold, man. So
we found Bigfoot, all right.
Yeah, well, so we had to, so we all had to sleep in the same tent, man. Stay warm. Well, I was on one side, Mike was on the other, and P-Dub, man, he was in the middle. And I remember I woke up that next morning. I said, "Damn, man, I had the weirdest dream. I was getting jacked off." And Mike was like, "Damn, dude, I had the same dream. I dreamed I was getting jacked off." And Ian was like, "Damn, man, I had a dream I was skiing."
The white snows of Canada.
Oh, God. Oh.
Ew.
Anyway, man.
Ew.
But anyway.
I'm pretty haggard,
old.
man.
That was haggard, bro.
Remember the old York peppermint patty commercials?
Finty.
Oh.
Oh, man, dude. But
It took a while, but we got to this point.
we got
Oh,
here.
God.
We got here.
We got here. Oh, but I tell you,
Crazy.
that did kind of trip me out a little bit. And you know something else, man? I love that the term Maypop is actually starting to come up some
dude.
now.
Hey, tell me what.
People have actually asked me what that means.
Yeah.
Hey, man, if you want to find out,
Hey,
get us 100 subscribers. We'll include it. We'll include it on the show.
All right.
But yeah, man. But I gotta say, man, this has been an experience. This year has been just a great year for the PUDs. And like I said, man, I just appreciate. I appreciate you opening up the cave here, Mike. Granted, man, I know I do a lot of work here, brother, but
Dude, yeah.
man, I couldn't do it without you either. You open up the place, you direct the fucking. I may have built the car, motherfucker, but you drive it. Because man, if you put me behind the wheel, damn, I'd have been in a wall. I mean,
You'd have gone through the field.
oh, dude. For real, man. I'll be just cruising through the field, bouncing up and down. Oh,
Look, I see the cows.
There's a cow, man. There's a cow.
Yeah.
Man. But nah, man, it's been something else, brother. It really has, man.
Yeah.
It really has. Well, Mike, I know we're probably starting to push toward the end of the show. But before we end the show, we got one more song we want to play.
Yeah.
This one, brother, I love the other songs. Man, Wrestling's Off the Chain. The Bad Somethings, dude, I love. This next song we about to play, man, probably got the most feedback. I mean, I had people text me, "Holy shit, man!
Yeah.
Who is that? Who is that band? Who is this?" And the name of the band is Center Lane.
Yes.
The name of this next track is Dirty Money.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, brother, these other two songs, once again, I love them, man. They're on my playlist. This one, man, I've kind of had a little bit of a stuck record with this one, man. I'll hear it, I'll hit rewind, I'll play it again. Man, that's been going on for a few weeks now.
Yeah.
But, we want to get this one. We want to make sure we get this one played. So we're going to go ahead and put out the last song of the PUDcast. The last song we'll play in 2018.
Yeah.
Center Lane's the band. Name of the song is Dirty Money. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Chris Reno Baker, and you're listening to the biggest PUDs around. Two of my boys, love them to death. It's Jason and Mike. It's the PUDcast.
All right, Puds, we're back. Once again, the name of the band, Center Lane. Name of the song, Dirty Money. If you like what you heard, share it.
Absolutely.
Let other people know about it, man. That bass line, bro. That bass. You know, man, I dabble.
Oh, yeah.
I dabble in funk bass.
I love bass.
That-
Bass guitars as well. It's like really good.
Yeah, man, that shit pops, bro. That's, yeah, man. He's slapping that motherfucker like it owes him money.
Yeah.
That's the shit I like, man. I like that little bit of funk, man. And her vocal style, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
the whole band's tight,
Yeah.
man. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
The whole band's tight. That vocal style, that bass line, shit, man.
It reminds you of like 90s.
Yeah. It kind of got that 90s vibe
Yeah.
to it,
Yeah.
man. You know, I always love when you can incorporate funk bass. Because, you know, I dabble in funk bass. So, you know, anytime you can incorporate it into a rock song, you know,
Yeah.
especially one with such a catchy hook to it,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with that
Yeah.
shit. Well, Mike,
If you want to send your dirty money to Jason Finger at P.O. Box.
P.O. Box, man.
Yeah.
You know, I really need one if you want
Yeah.
to send me money.
Come on there.
But, you know, Mike, you know, we've talked a lot about 2018. You know, we've talked a lot about what we've done. You know, we played some clips. And this has been a really fun show, man.
Yeah. it has.
2019, you know, like I said earlier, you know, personally, you know, there may be some struggles going into the year. Staying optimistic, you know, I've got a good feeling, man, that everything's going to work out good. And not only for me on my personal level, but also with the PUDcast, brother.
Yes.
You know, like I said, we got the good news with the Reverend Doctor lined up. You know, once again, we will be dropping that episode. Hopefully, if all goes well, God willing, we're going to drop that on the first, you know, the first
Okay.
day of 2019.
Yeah.
Go ahead and start the damn year off right. You know, other stuff, man. We got some equipment coming in. You know, we're going to add a little extra dimension to the podcast
Yeah.
coming up. We're
Oh,
about
yeah.
to get really, really
Oh,
serious
yeah.
now, man. Oh, yeah. You'll hear it next week if all goes well. Once again, God willing.
Yeah.
But, you know, Mike, I've learned a lot, brother. You know, like I said, I've learned a lot about production. I've learned a lot about the software I use. I've learned a lot about patience.
Yeah.
You know, I've also, you know, man, I've made a lot of
I've learned a lot
mistakes.
about voice.
Yeah. Oh, bro.
which is something that, you know, I go back into those and just listen to those first episodes and see how reserved I was,
Oh,
you know,
dude.
just talking and just projecting out.
brother.
It's amazing because I've never done anything like that
Right.
before. You know, you know, a lot of the guys I'm friends with, and you guys, you know, went through the communications
Yep.
in school.
Right.
So you learn. So this was the first time I had ever done anything like this.
I tell
You know,
you-
I'm talking with the public, you know, all the time, obviously, but I'm never having to project it
The broadcast.
to broadcast.
Right.
And so that was a tremendous learning experience because I'd hear it and I'm like, oh my god, you know, that's like, oh my god, that's terrible.
About the
you know,
first 5 episodes, here would
Yeah.
be my text to Mike. Hey, bro, you need to come up a little
Yeah.
bit. You need to come
Yeah,
up a little
exactly.
bit. You know?
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh shit, man, I need to turn you down.
Right,
because
right.
I need to come up a little bit.
Yeah.
Talk about the most improved podcaster ever, bro.
I don't know about
'Cause-
that, but you
Oh,
know,
I do.
I feel
I
like
do,
you know
man.
I've improved
Oh.
in so many ways. You know, just
Bro.
you know, projecting the voice and talking.
Bro, you can't even compare this episode that we're doing now versus our first few episodes. Maybe I think, man, you really started coming to your own about that 6th, 7th episode.
Right.
You really
Yeah.
started hitting your stride, man.
Yeah.
In fact, I know Phil Velia. Let me give Phil Velia some props here, man. Phil Velia actually recorded our intro music for
Right.
us. Because, you know, we wanted all original stuff, you know. So Phil's like, hey, I'll help you guys out. Well, you know, Phil was one of the very first people to really support us, man. You know,
Yeah.
he reached out to me just to kind of talk about what you're talking about, Mike. And Phil's like, hey, man, Mikey needs to come up.
Yeah.
You know, and he needs to quit tapping his hand on the
Oh, yeah,
table,
yeah.
which is why we got boom mics
Yeah,
now.
exactly,
You know, now we have
yeah.
boom mics.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have to worry about that. But just going from those few shows, because I know we would talk like, yeah, man, you know, you got to bump it up, you know.
Right.
And then I'm over here spiking.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, oh shit, I need to turn my shit down. And now, brother, like I said, man, and I have some new post-production techniques I'm
God,
using
yeah.
as well that I've learned as we've gone on. Yeah, man, we're cooking with grease now. But brother,
Yeah.
from where you started to where you're at now, shit,
Yeah.
man, like I said, you can't even describe
Shit,
it, man.
yeah.
I mean, I'm talking going from like maybe a 4 or 5 to 10.
Right.
You know,
I mean,
and
I
that's-
appreciate it, man.
it's
Yeah,
true.
it has. Every bit of this has been a learning
Oh yeah,
experience.
man. And you know, Mike, I don't know if you feel the same way, but for me, just having a voice, that can get out there, even if nobody does listen, man.
Right.
You know, like in the very beginning when we were like, I don't give a shit, because I really didn't think anybody would listen.
Right.
You know, now, man, I'm looking at some of our views. You know, yeah, man, we're 29 here, 30 there. We
Well,
also got
that's-
some that's
that's still-
150. You
Yeah.
know, we got some that's hell, man. That holiday special just hit 100 today,
Yeah.
man, and that is.
I'm
so
still proud of that
awesome.
29. I'm still proud of that 34 because
Yeah,
you know
I mean, really,
that's,
man,
that's
yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
that's 29 people that
did listen?
actually listened.
Yeah, and brother,
and hopefully enjoyed it.
I remember we were joking.
We haven't gotten any thumbs down, so
Yeah, hey.
that's always a good thing.
That's a good sign,
Yeah.
man. You know,
Yeah.
that is. And you know, Mike, you make a good point, because when we first started, I didn't think we'd get 29 views combined.
Right.
Over the whole course of this, I'm like, man, if we get 29 combined views, hell, man, we're doing okay.
Yeah.
And like I said, dude, it's just blowing me away. And like I said, just some of the people out there, Dustin Fowler, I've got to give him
Oh,
his
yeah,
props,
man.
Just to some of the people that, Van Jordan, man, he sent
Yeah.
in a clip for us. Brian Stover, sent in a clip for us. All these guys, man, have reached out and have just been so supportive, Like I said, it blew my mind the first week that I posted on Facebook, hey, man, we're doing a podcast. People started hitting me up, hey, dude, when can I hear it? What are you doing? And I'm like, dude, I didn't tell you. I stopped in Fats the other day after, we had some errands to run. I had to go to Fats. A friend of mine I haven't seen in a while, he was in there. Hey, what's up, dude? We're talking. He said, hey, man, you still doing the podcast?
Oh, wow.
I was like, yes, I am. And brother, it just kind of,
There you go.
I just went into, PUD mode. I'm like, hell yeah, brother. And he's like, man, I'm about 3 episodes behind. I'm going to catch up, but I love what you guys are doing. It's just stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
I actually got a hell of a compliment today, Mike, on Facebook. Scott Tennant, man.
Yeah.
Scott Simon from the MWF. I need to start just going with work names here.
Yeah. Yeah, almost.
But he said, man, he about, went off the road laughing at us with the gangbang skit. In fact, man, I should have pulled it up. I don't want to go through it and pull it up now. It might take too long. But he even says something about if he ever gets killed in a crash on one of his runs, to see what his YouTube history was.
Yeah.
Because if it's us, then we can get sued.
That's the one.
Well, brother, you can get 10% of whatever we make this year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is about 10% of your salary.
Pretty much.
Half a penny. Yeah.
That's-
half a
that's
penny.
Oh, you get that?
10%.
Hell, you got a raise? What? What? Oh, damn, you make more than us, motherfucker. Pudsworth must have some deals, some sponsorships under the table.
I worked that corner pretty hard on the weekends. So, yeah.
Skiing.
Yeah. The mountains ain't white for nothing.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh,
Well,
hell.
Mikey, brother, let's talk a little bit about New Year's Eve. Are you going to the Big Apple Drop, bro?
Apple drop.
You going, man?
Yeah,
Are
I'll
you
be there.
Gonna be there?
I'm gonna be here anyway.
Yeah,
I'll be open.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
I got you, man. Yeah, I don't know, dude.
So I can just look across the
kinda
street and
see the Big Apple Drop.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to crank it down.
Yeah. I may or may not be. You know me, brother. I don't stay up past 8:30, but we're going.
Oh, they're starting at 5,
Yeah.
Oh hell, I might
Yeah.
get some of it.
and the actual
Yeah.
drop is what at 8?
8 p.m.
Oh, they ain't doing
Yeah.
it at midnight. Oh, that's
No.
Maypop as fuck, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I'm gonna
That's
say this.
Maypop
I'm gonna
as
say this.
fuck, bro.
I'm gonna say this.
No, man. I mean, it's perfect for my hours.
Right.
I mean, I'm loving it, but it's
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
kind of Maypop, man.
It is. It's
Maypop.
it's made for you.
It is made for me, man.
It's
Oh, man.
you,
Oh,
say,
yeah,
you
it
say
really is.
Maypop.
But I'm over here like, really?
Yeah, it's
All
made.
right, I'll
yeah.
be there.
It's made for Pop, who goes to bed at like 9 o'clock.
That apple may pop on the way down.
Ah, damn.
Damn.
Well, I really thought it was at midnight, man. I
No.
thought we were
No,
actually
man.
really,
No.
really.
It's family oriented. That's why.
Well, I mean, I could do the family oriented
mean-
thing, but damn, man, I mean, hey, that's me. Well, I mean, why the fuck are they dropping that? I mean, are they going to do a countdown to 8 o'clock? I mean, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's legit,
Yeah.
too.
So there's got to be a country somewhere where
Yes.
midnight it does hit.
What was the
country?
country?
Was it?
What was it?
But we're looking at this on motherfucker.
Midnight's probably got the Asia area, roughly. Well, I'm sorry.
The Asia area.
Asia area. It's like
The
That's a pretty
Asia
big
area.
fucking window, man.
Because wait,
Well, hell.
The Asiatic part of the world.
Asiatic.
yeah, because
But either way, man.
You
when
have
Are they gonna-
access
oh yeah,
Like
to
the-
the Google machine over there.
So well, it's like shit like in Indonesia or some shit. They're gonna have a live feed, on the court square.
3 hours ahead of us.
God damn, man. Well, hey, dude, it does work for me. I mean, those are good hours, and so I may be
It
there.
is.
I may not.
I think, I just don't think that they thought they would get the crowd
for that late. Well, plus
for midnight,
right?
That they would at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Plus, it's kind of going to be this big event. They're going to have the food
bars,
trucks out there.
Bars are open too.
Yeah.
And bars will be open, I'm sure, till after midnight. So you can still party uptown. You can still ring in the New Year uptown. So, but I really didn't know that, man. I thought the apple was dropping at midnight.
No,
I may actually show up a little bit then. You may actually see me a little bit.
Yeah. It'll be right on your schedule.
Yeah, that's perfect, man. That motherfucker drops
All right,
at
drop.
8. Hey, I drop at 8:30.
Yeah.
But, well, hey, Puds, did you ever find out, man? Because we about to start wrapping it up, brother.
Actually, be in the ocean, but
It'll be in the ocean.
Yeah,
be in the ocean.
Live feed from the ocean, everyone.
Because London is 4 hours, and
okay, so it'd be
out on the coast. So.
I got you.
No, there's another country. There's other goddamn countries. Get the hell out of here.
Holy shit. Ladies and gentlemen, you're hearing live right here as we're trying to figure out where midnight hits at 8 o'clock Lincoln
I'll be over at Jeff Roberts with him. So.
Are you partying with Outlaw, man?
Yeah.
All right, man. Well,
so I'll see you tomorrow, Jeff.
He being Outlaw, brother. Y'all have fun. Be safe. Don't let him get too tore up. Don't let P-Dub get too
Jeff's
tore
involved,
up.
I'll probably get...
You're probably going to get fucked up.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, you're going to get fucked up. But, well, Mike, did you ever find out, man? Dude, P-Dub, man, your job, man. Mike's about to take your job.
Because I'm just at the coast area.
Oh, my God. Oh, the coast area.
The coast area.
I'm sorry, the
coast town.
The coast.
But, well, anyway, man, I think we're starting to ramble a little bit. So, let's get it back on track here.
Well, we don't do that anyway.
Well, I was going to say, man. Well, Mike, let me ask you, brother. I know you're still trying to find this shit out.
Because they did say,
they did?
What actual time they're coinciding with.
With someone, right?
Right.
Well, I know the Japanese, I think they're about 11 hours, so it'd be a little closer.
Because England's 4.
It's 4, yeah, so England.
Yeah,
it'd be in the ocean, man.
Keep that
Atlantis.
apple.
It's fucking Atlantis.
Atlantis time.
Atlantis time.
Yeah.
Aquaman be like, hey, man.
Aquaman's going to, hell yeah, hey, I'm down, man. Fuck yeah, Aquaman's in the house. Have y'all watched that movie yet? I haven't either. I want to go see it, though. I've been wanting to
I've been
see
hearing
it,
mixed reviews.
I've been hearing it was pretty good, but anyway. Well, Mike, brother,
yes.
I'll tell you what, man. Let's go ahead and start thinking about wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Man. I don't think we're going to be able to figure out when the apple drops at midnight.
Yeah. Or else it'll be dropping.
Right. I know I'll be dropping at midnight. I'll be dropped by midnight, but
I should be.
What?
Somewhat so everybody know what.
No, you're not. No, you're not, Pudsworth.
I had over there early.
You're going to be. You might be passed out before 8 o'clock, man. But anyway, guys. Anyway, once again, let's just put it out there, man. 2018 has been a great year, man, for the Puds.
Yes, it has.
It's been a great year. We're hoping that 2019 is going to be even better, even bigger, even better. And man, once again, it's been a trip this year, and I'm looking forward to 2019, brothers.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, Mike Pudsworth, y'all want to say anything? Our final words for 2018?
Happy New Year's.
Absolutely.
Here's 2019.
Yes, sir.
And here's to a great year. Hopefully, we're going to have the best year going out in 2019.
That's the goal, brother.
Yep.
That is the goal.
It'll be the last year of the teens.
That's right, man. So we got to take this one, man.
Yeah, going into the 20s because it's so awkward.
Yeah.
We don't have a name for this decade.
No, we really don't. The decade of the Puds.
Well, I mean, as far as we're about to go into the 20s.
Yeah.
Right.
In the 30s after that. Now it's the teens.
I mean, you have the early 2000s. You have the 2000s.
2000s.
You don't really have the 2010s, man. Or the 20-teens.
Don't.
Yeah.
It's just a whole awkward.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Man. Don't sound right. Don't.
Yeah.
Roll,
It's
don't
like
roll.
it's like in life. It's that awkward stage in your life.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
pretty much.
Well, P-Dub, you got anything you want to end the year out with, brother?
Happy New Year's. Don't drink and drive, and don't do anything stupid.
There you go, man.
Don't be me.
Don't be Well, don't drink and drive, Puzzler.
No, don't drink and drive.
Good.
Yeah,
Don't do that. Man.
Yeah.
But stupid. I mean,
yeah, I mean, as
we
long
can't
as
stop that.
As long as you're in the confines of somewhere safe, be as stupid
and
as you
your
want.
kids are taken away from you.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, I guess I'll see you guys next year.
Thank you all for making 2018 absolutely incredible. Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Well, until next year,
see you.
Y'all have a good one.
And not only that, David, I understand we're right at the end of our program.
No, we have got to go.
This has been a great event.
There's some people out there that hate us for this.